Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing good today. I hope you got accustomed. Like, I know some people talked about daylight saving earlier. I hope you guys are accustomed to it by now. So, thank you, Lumi, for the first serving. Thank you, Ayman, for joining me. Thank you, Nuti, for joining me too. I hope you guys are doing good. So, today we're gonna. Wait, what are those there? For some reason, the water bottles are in there too. Thank you for the friendship overload. So, I've been playing around with some stuff yesterday, and I've got some funny stuff to set up right now. I just need to set up mix it up next. But I've set up some stuff with VTube Studio. I finally realized that I can do whoop, 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 whoop. I found out how to set up hotkeys to move myself around. And I've got this. So, kind of ready for when we do karaoke. And after that, there's the reverb setup. So, next week, I'm probably gonna try to set up the karaoke. And other than that, I've got some funny stuff that I want to make a redeem for some time. Like, there's the don't talk to me or my son ever again. I just found out how to make models in VTube Studio and just put them on. Or the other one is, I call it Flan Trio. Like Duck Trio and all. It's just lots of flans. So I'm gonna probably make those a redeem. I find them pretty funny. And I'm gonna play around with stuff. I've set up a bunk, so I'm gonna set it up with mix it up and all. So next up is mix it up. And after that, we're gonna pretty much be set with the basics, so I'm gonna be able to work more on the model and all. So that's pretty much what I did yesterday and all. What did you guys do for your weekend? Did you do anything interesting? Oh yeah, I started to do some Sudoku from time to time. Would you guys be interested if I start like at the start of stream we do one Sudoku? Cause today I already did the one, so I can't really do it again. But for the next streams, I would love to do some Sudokus on stream. Like it takes usually 20 to 22 minutes to do the hard mode, so if you guys are interested, I would be happy to do them on stream and people can help out. It's probably gonna be faster with you guys. So I think I'm gonna start adding those up at the start of stream just to have some fun stuff. But on this note, today I think we're on the chapter 6 again. Like at the end of it, I might try to do. I might try to do some gates today. Alert during brain tease moment. Cause yeah, were we at the boss? I don't remember. We're pretty much full HP except for this one. Let's heal him up a bit. She's got more magic, so 6,000. And were we ready to fight something? Let's see. Okay, we're going down. Oh, we're in the fortress. Yeah. We're just moving down and everything. Yeah, I remember now. Oh, we got a gate. Thank for the refresh. Hope you guys are staying refreshed too. Drink some water from time to time. 400 battle. That's a lot. Can I even see my stat? Like, how do I see how many battles I've done? Is it in journal or something? Achievement maybe? Wait, I've done more than 400 battles. What does it say? Who have struggled through countless battles or worthy of entering here? Battle with this door open. Weird. Because if we look here, not here, here, I've done 418 battles, but maybe that's a victory that's mattering. Like, I fled a lot of battles, so maybe they don't count, so that's probably what. So we still need 50 more battles. What were the other gates? Because now we can come back to this one, so let's see what other gates we had open to us. Girls kill with... which one are still open right now? So the moon door, there's the moon 5. Can present me a form of happiness you have obtained, only then shall the... Hey Yizu, good morning. Hope you're doing good. Any special plan for today? I slept really well. Like, I finally adjusted to daylight saving, I feel. And now my body's back to normal. I don't feel sick anymore from last week. But yeah, how was your day too? I caught a lot of your stream yesterday. I was doing some D&D at the same time, so I couldn't like be as active as I would have liked to, but it was fun to see you just play some Diablo 4. I hope you had fun. Feeling Turblade, only then with the door. So let's go back to the base area. You had lots of fun, that's great to hear. You're playing the Barbarian, I think, right? So the girl who entrusts everything to her sword. I think that's maybe her? Roger. And you weren't there earlier, but play next weekend. I could try to play Diablo. I never played any Diablo, to be honest. And I don't know if I've got like the funds to pay for another game right now. It was your first time, let's go. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna think about it. But it could be interesting. I know a lot of my friends love it. Like there's Lily that loves it. She played Diablo 2, I think, on stream, or Diablo 3 lately. I know there's Gray that likes it, so I could try it out. Or just try the demo out. I think there's a demo, right? And you weren't there earlier, I think, so do you want to see something funny? I finally played around with open beta. Oh, let's go. So I might try it next weekend then. We might change up the Sunday stream for Diablo then, just to try it out. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I finally figured out how to do hotkeys on VTube Studio, so I can make myself to the center, put a mic, so I'm ready for karaoke. And there's something else. I play around with loading my model as assets, so I can make Flan Trio. Just like Pokemon. So now I've got a lot of plans. I've got this one, or Don't Talk to Me or My Son Ever Again. So I started playing with those. Next up is playing with Mix It Up. I still need to figure out how this works. I want to make like a lot of stuff with Mix It Up. I just need to figure out like everything. It's not that hard, I see. It's just taking the time to do it. But yeah, I've played around with stuff. You use it too, so I'm gonna go to you if I ever need help. So let's go. It was the moon doors, I think. No, the star doors, star door 5. Because yeah, I want to do a bunk. Well, you don't need to be an expert as long as you know what you need to know. Like, there's always going to be more stuff to learn about those stuff. Like, there's so many things. It's like programming or anything. You can always find other stuff. So just having someone that's used it before, maybe knows stuff that irks them with this, can always help around. And I finally set up my reverb to somewhere that I feel is okay. So next week I'm gonna probably try to do a Saturday stream to do some karaoke because I'm pretty late. We're almost at 150 and I promised at 80 followers that I would do a karaoke stream. So next week there's gonna be Hey Yozo, I'm Meanie. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, I've got a set list of funny song of like meme song. If you've got any meme songs for anyone, you can join the Discord !Discord and just like suggest them there. I've got some English song, I've got some French song, I've got some hybrid song. So you can always suggest, like I'm thinking of doing the some Pokemon theme, some Yu-Gi-Oh theme too, and some other thing like one of the what is sea shanty. Ah! And yeah, I increased the trophy for two plushies. Oh, pirate song. I'm gonna need to look this up. I don't remember what it is. So did I pick the right? By the way, Izu, I don't know if you've got a plushie or anything. I don't remember if I ever asked you. But if you've got one or just some PNG or I know you've got a lot of pixel art of yourself or anything, you could send me one by DM and I could add it to the trophy and redeem. I'm kind of collecting stuff from every friends I have so they can be thrown at me. Well, I got the right one. Hello, Bunny Lizard. I hope you're doing good today. You shouted that out in my ears. Hello, Flan. Ah. Thank you for the friend overload. For some reason, the friendship overload, I kind of did it wrong, I think. Like, we can go look just to see what I did wrong. Like, friendship overload, object customization. The water bottles are all selected for some reason, but they're not my friend. So, disable. So, for now, what I have is this. So, if anyone wants, I have a plushie or anything, or a PNG, and they're an acquaintance or friend that I know from streaming and all, you can tell me and I'm gonna add you to this list. So you're gonna be in the randomized queue to be thrown at me. So feel free to say so. I'm more than happy to add you there. So let's open the door. We're doing some side questing today, not moving forward as much, just trying to see what doors are there. So probably a lot of dialogues, a lot of storytellings, not much gameplay, but we love some good stories. So this girl, we don't know that much about her. She appeared mostly in the second game and was like a side character all the time, like a side theme. So we probably are gonna learn more about her backstory, where she come from, what's her goal, maybe. City of Bows. Aww. You did, you sure did. Thank you. Well, one day I might do like a French learning stream where I just prepare some sentence to say and everything. I might get people on just so it can be interesting and all, and just like teach some people some sentence, some usual saying that we do. And I could try to find some differences between, because there's two type of French. There's the French from Canada, which is the one I use, and there's the French from France, and they're completely different. Like they use, I could tell you about differences, like how they say child is completely different on how we say child here. Like they say something, and the word they use for child means testicle here for us. So it's kind of funny. It's always the classic of you go to France and you say, "Oh, how's your child?" And they're like, "Well, I've got two." It's just something like that. But it's just like some differences, how they talk about the money, I think, or something. I'm gonna have to look it up, but there's a lot of saying that are different. It's like some dialect of English. There's a lot of different dialect in English. Like if you go to Scotland, there's gonna be a way different English dialect than in America. So it's kind of the same. I think the story is that French from Canada, because we got separated, and after that, the English Empire took over Canada, and we got completely cut off from France. They evolved into a new kind of French, and we kind of kept the old, like, monarchy French. So that's where the divide comes from. Both language evolved differently a bit, so now we've got different saying. We don't say the same. We living in a country close to English too, because we're surrounded by English here. Like it's a bilingual state, and also it evolved into, we call it Franglish, like French and English in the same. We combine a lot. We shorten words like English does a lot. And in France, they tend to like, hey Verdo, that you could join me. Thanks for the follow. And in France, they tend to say like spell the word completely, not shorten them at all. So it's kind of all those small differences that makes it so. Sometimes, if I ever go to France, it might be hard for them to understand me. They might think I speak fast and not understand what I say. So interesting. Wow, that's a surprise. Ananas. Doo doo. Oh, Legrand. Is something the matter? It's not like you to walk right up this to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit quietly like this. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly. I'm not a kid anymore, you know. Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing in one morning and later had to go get some stomach medicine from Spence. Maybe my memory is playing trick on me? Let's all pretend that never happened, okay? Besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. That was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than 1 scoop each morning. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know. Let the girl do what she wants. Well, no matter. So, what you've been doing up here all this time anyway? Oh, right. Well, you see, I've got a letter from my papi, who lives a long way away from this morning. Really now? He's a swordsman if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among sword practitioners, actually. Young Ka-Fai of the Aitleys won blade school. Ah, yeah, that's the one. I was familiar with the name even before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out you were his granddaughter. Didn't you used to live here in Liberal? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here, though. It was around when I was born, so how could I? That long ago, I see. So, how's he doing? Well? Judging by his letter, yeah. He's doing fine. I haven't had the chance to meet him in person for about a year now. Last time we had the chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me, even though he's like 70. he really must be skilled to be treating an active bracer that way. Huh? What's with the student's serious face? Oh, it's nothing all that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you could join him? Sorry? I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? It feels like you have a grandfather like that. The fastest way to do that sorry. It feels like if you have a grandfather like that, the fastest way to do that would be to go with him and polish your skill at his side. That's... Well, I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be the best for you. Sorry, Annalise. You didn't pay any attention to an old man like me. No, that's not true at all. I really appreciate your advice, so please don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reason for being here and all. They're just a little difficult to explain. Oh? I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general. So in that sense, you're right that continuing to train under Pappy would be both the best and fastest course of action. Thank you for the refresh, thank you for the stretch. Thank you for making sure I'm not a goblin on my chair. And for the friendship overload. So it's a reminder for everyone in chat to make sure to refresh yourself, stretch from time to time, and not be a goblin on your chair. Make sure to go grab some food too if you need to. So in that sense, you're right that continuing to train under Pappy would be both the best and fastest course of action. But that's not all I want to do with my life. I want at least as much, if not more, to know more about what it means to be a bracer. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn more about swordsmanship as a bracer rather than as a swordsman, if that makes sense. Am I even doing a good job of explaining this? No, I think I see where you're coming from now, actually. Besides, Pepe once taught me all of the technical sides of swordsmanship, forms, craft, and that kind of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is all down to me now. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train on them nowadays. Of course, whether I'm really advancing in my swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say for sure I was, but I see. What's with the silent treatment all of a sudden? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not really one of those kinds of serious discussion. So I was impressed to see you were even capable of them. Hey, I'm so capable. Besides, you're the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all this stuff first. I'm glad I did though, too. Anyway, getting back to the point, what did the letter even say anyway? Oh, right. Well, as surprising as it is, it says that I should go and see Cassius Bright. Cassius? The one and only? The one that almost killed us last time? Yep, that's right. Supposedly, Pappy was invited by the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point a long time ago. That's when he trained Cassius too. So ever since, they've had this kind of student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go and see him 10 years ago when he decided to stop using a sword too. 10 years ago? That would put that around when he left the army and became a bracer then. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Cassius now though? Well, I guess he only just recently found out that Cassius has returned to the army. So now he's wondering whether he might take this opportunity to take up the sword again. I gotcha. He wants you to go and ask for him and let him know what he says, yeah. I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest place and the funniest way. Tell me about it. Anyway, that being said, I kind of have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who am I to say no? You've got good cause to have it. I can even get in touch with the army and set up a meeting with Cassius if you want. Really? Really? Go along and get that truth your grandfather wants for him. But in return, I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monster in this area will be no trouble at all for you as you are now. It'd be less of a problem if Grant were around, but I had to lend him to the guild over in Ruan, and he's still not back. You're gonna have to pick up the slack here in this place, especially if you want time off. Okay. 3 days later. Oh, we're at the military base. Whew, I'm finally here. Right on time too. Okay, let's go bug Cassius. Can I help you? Well, I'm Analas Elfeed, a bracer with the guild. I think that's the first time we heard her last name. I've come to meet with Brigadier General Bright. Ah, I see. I believe we've been expecting you. I'll pass on that you've arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before you can meet with the general though, I'm afraid. Huh? But I'm right on time. Did something throw his schedule off? Something must have. I can't pretend to know much more than you do. But the general is a very busy man, so it's not at all unusual for things like this to happen. Anyway, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm going to have to ask you to wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. This is taking ages. I hope the meeting isn't going to end up getting cancelled or something. I really don't want to have to come all this way for nothing. I suppose if I can meet with Cassius, I could at least go shopping in Grensall. They should probably be getting the new lineup of stuffed toys around now. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe the bear or a crocodile once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The general can meet you now. Really? Good day, sir. Thank you. And you must be Analas, I assume. Yes, I am. Welcome to Leyston Fortress. The general is waiting. Please follow me. Oh, thank goodness. I seriously thought I was going to have to go home without seeing him. I'm terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. I've brought your visitor, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. I'm really sorry about the delay there, Analas. Oh, don't be. I'm more thankful you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. This is the least I could do for someone from my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met, though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I knew it. I'd certainly like to think I have. I can't have Estelle soar ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? This is just what rivals do. So they do. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. You won't be disappointed? Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear that old Master Kaifei is still in good health. Hey, Nochigami and Zeta, glad you could join me. As an American, I'm really sorry about Europe. Why? What happened? Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear. I believe it was because of him that you came here today. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. How was your weekend, Zeta and Yagami? Yes, that's right. I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of his before this. I certainly am. In short, he's the man who taught me the way of the sword. That was over 20 years ago, but by this point, the first time we met was when I was back at the military academy, so I studied it under him. Doing good, just chilling out today. Oh yeah, you said this was a lazy Sunday, right? I hope you enjoy yourself. Get some good chill time. For those that just joined, welcome to your new overlord, Flan Trio. I could keep it on for a bit. I just like it. I played around a bit with VTube Studio. That was over 20 years ago by this point. The first time we met was when I was back at the military academy, so I studied under him. I still remember the harsh training session he gave here at Leyston, like they were yesterday. Really? Is there any special reason you didn't say you knew him before? You knew I was his granddaughter, didn't you? I did. By the time I first met you, I had long given up the path of the sword, and it felt appropriate in my eyes to act as if I was a student in light of that. Oh, gotcha. 1 second? There, I'm back. I haven't seen him about 10 years, I think. He does write to me on occasion, but how is he these days? Does he still have that same old vim and vigor? Haha, yep, he really doesn't act his age at all. Still, if you'll let me get right to the point, the reason I came here is to continue the discussion he had with you 10 years ago. Oh? To tell you the truth, Papi still laments the fact that you left the path of the sword. That was why he wrote to me when I heard you'd return to the army. You wondered whether you returning to the military may mean you were also ready to pick up the sword again. So, this is it. He'd like to know, directly from you, how you feel. I see. Well, it's a great honor that after so many years, he still cares so much about an inexperienced and utterly lacking swordsman like me, and yet I'm afraid my answer is that I still have no intention of taking up a blade again. Can I ask why? You certainly can, but I'm not sure how to put my answer. This has always been on my mind too. I've always wondered what would prompt someone so skilled with a sword that they even gained the title Divine Blade to leave it all behind. And I don't mean to make light of your skill with your staff or say it's inferior, nothing like that. It's just hard to wrap my hand around why you did what you did, and there's a little part of me that can't accept it either. Especially now that you've returned to the army. Why can't you return to being a swordsman? Unless you believe that the staff is stronger than a sword after all. No, not at all. I just believe a staff to be more fitting weapon for me as I am now. Staffs are a symbol of protection which are used more for keeping enemies at bay than cleaving through them. You say that as if all swords are good for is cutting and killing. That's not true. I fight because I want to protect things just like you do. It's kind of the debate of a knives. Like, a knives can be used as a weapon and can be used to like cook or something. It's not just a killing weapon and all. Swords are good for decoration. Yeah, true. True that. As a swordsman, as a bracer, and as myself, are you telling me that the swordsmanship Papi taught me isn't going to let me do that? I'm sorry, I didn't ask for you to take time out of your day so I could come and shout at you. But I can't accept what you're saying. Up until all of what happened here in Liberl, I never felt any doubt that swordsmanship was the right path for me. In the end, all of what happened just served to remind me of how powerless I really am. And now, I feel like no matter how hard I try, I'll always be a rookie. I'll never be strong enough to do what I want to do. Please, Fur. Now I see. Perhaps this is fate. I see. Master Kaife hasn't changed one bit. He's the same firecracker he always was. Because I think you actually have his decoration sword, right? I think you've told me about it before or something. Or maybe I'm misremembering. What do you mean? I'm afraid as I am now, I'm not able to answer the question you're asking me. But I know someone else who can. Ooh. And yeah, we're doing a lot of side stories today, so a lot of dialogue, less gameplay a bit, clearing up the gates. What's he planning to do out here? I really want to know who he called too. It's probably gonna be... what's his name again? Richard? Ah, there you are. Are you all ready to begin? Indeed I am. I never expected to have to wear this uniform again though, especially not so soon. I'd almost think you enjoy messing with people. I'm not doing it to bully you. You know as well as I do, your usual work clothes aren't well suited for this kind of thing. Yeah, that's Richard, like I thought. You're Colonel Richard. I realize this may sound a little silly coming from a man wearing that uniform, but I'm no longer a colonel, young lady. So, sorry. So, Mr. Richard then, or Alan? You can call me whatever you wish, though no need for the Mr. meanwhile. Meanwhile, I believe you are Analas, a senior bracer with the guild. You know me? I'm not the former commander of Intelligence Division for nothing. I know about all of the bracer in this country. I see. But how did you end up being here? Actually, Richard was who I was meeting just before I spoke with you. Really? In short, I've decided to start up a research company as a civilian. So while I may not be part of the army anymore, I can definitely see myself continuing to need to work with it in the future. So I decided to come here in order to discuss the matter with Cassius, in the hopes of maintaining a good relationship between us in the future. Oh, I get it now. Wait, is the person you mentioned earlier? That's right. I want the two of you to fight one another. Oh, wait a second. This is all a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially if I'm going to be fighting the famous Colonel Richard. Is that so? You don't want to know the answer to the question you asked me earlier then? I believe any doubt you have toward swordsmanship can only be dispelled through using it. Focus not on whether you win or lose, but on pouring all you have into the battle, and you should be fine to find the answer you seek. Alright then. On guard! I'm not trying to make much of an opponent, but I'll do what I can. It's not every day one has a chance to test their skill against a relative of the 8 Leaves school founder. I'm eager to see what you can do. Begin! Right! Oh, it's an actual fight. So let's do craft. This is pretty good. This is okay. Maybe we can do some attack delay and CC chain him. No, I can't. Oh! Oh! That's his big move. That's the anime slash.
Die with honor.
Literal anime slash. Let's do this. The one-on-ones battles aren't that impressive, to be honest. Like, there's not much happening. The thing is, he's doing a lot more than I do. I don't think I'm winning this. What is this? That's a lot of EP. I just want to see this spell go. I never seen this spell. It's Mobius. He's morbing. That's a cool spell. But so little damage. I'm gonna do maybe an item. I don't know if I need to win this. If I do, it's gonna be hard. He's got so much HP compared to me. And he's doing 1000 when I do 500. So it's kind of spicy. Probably this again. Like, I'm doing 500 and he's got so much HP. Maybe I need to upgrade their gears or something. Let's do this again and get ready to use our S-Craft. Like, we've only done a fourth of his health, so this is really scary. Let's do this, and this is the last healing we have, so let's pray next. Do, 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 do. And now we do craft. We can do this. Then we do the other one that boosts us for 50%. And then we do the final thing. Because we should survive this, yeah. And the next hit will kill us, so we're gonna do Petal Dance into our S-Craft. Just enough, barely enough. And I don't think we're gonna kill, so we're gonna see if we need to win this battle or not. We did everything we could. Super ultimate fantastic combo of the gods, 500 damage, and he does basic attack 1000. Yeah, exactly. Like, this should do a pretty good amount, but only 3.4k, that's not enough. And he's gonna hand us here. Oh, not yet, but it's over. Oh, we missed even. And did we need to win this fight? Oh, it was a scripted loss. To be expected. Oh, I should have known I'd stand no chance. I'm amazed by just how well you did the fight though. Alright, the victor is decided. Sheath your blade. So, Ananas, how did this swordsmanship appear to you? Well, you fight using the 8 Leaves School's 5th form, Morning Moon. He's made a few changes to the standard form, but it's largely a style based around sword drawing technique. Well, okay, I noticed a bit more than just technical detail like that. What did you notice? One thing I realized while fighting him, Richard swing his sword as if perfectly synchronized to my breathing. The second I go on the offensive, he reacts without fail. In that sense, I feel like his swordsmanship is much more defensive than offensive, I suppose. That defensive stance matches perfectly with the form he uses in combat, and the result is very natural, very powerful swordsmanship. Oh ho! What I can't work out is why you're so focused on fighting defensively to begin with. I mean, I assume it's because you want to protect something, but what? Anas. Yes? I wield a sword for but one single reason. The reason is to protect this country. Oh? Everyone has at least something that they wish to protect in this world. Perhaps that is a person, such as their family or loved one. Perhaps it's a belief or ideology that they hold dear. And just as the thing we seek to protect are different, so too are the way we choose to do it. In my case, the way I choose to protect what I care about just happens to perfectly suit the defensive swordsmanship, you notice. Heh, although I can only imagine how comical it must sound to hear a criminal threaten this nation talk about wanting to protect it. Well, not really. Richard, you. Please don't say anything, General. Her Majesty may have chosen to pardon me for what I did. But that doesn't make those crimes simply disappear. Still, just as your desire to protect Liberal remained even after leaving the army, I can't completely turn my back on mine. It was so that I resolved to leave the army even. That was a weird sentence, to be honest. It was? You see, Anas? To me, one's position in life is just a means to an end. A way in which to achieve whatever you wish to do. I think that's true for one's choice of weapon as well. Wouldn't you agree? Well, what's important isn't what weapon you choose, but what you use it to do. What inspires you to take it up and use it to fight. The reason I choose to put my sword aside and take up the staff is those feelings had changed. That is all. So, Ananas, any more thoughts? I should just use my sword in the way that best fits me to do what I want. That's what you're trying to say, right? Sure is. You beat me to it. You're Master Kaifei's granddaughter, alright. Very quick to catch on thing. Heh, I'm just as quick at forgetting things though. But I finally get where you're coming from. Really? I'm happy to hear that. Could I ask you to pass my answer on to Master Kaifei? Then, consider it done. I'm sure he'll understand. I feel I've learned a lot today from having the opportunity to face off against you. I do hope we'll have the chance again one day. So do I. You'll both have to make sure you don't neglect your training then. Of course, I wouldn't dream of giving it any less than 100%. That was a cute story. A story about like self-learning and all. Really? It sounded like that was quite the fruitful experience. It sure was. I'm guessing this was Pappy's plan all along. He knew exactly what would happen if I went to ask Cassius what I did, and that's why he asked. I must have sounded a little unsure of myself in the last letter I wrote him. I see, like master like pupil. Incidentally, while I hate to spring this on you before you even had a chance to settle back in, a lot of work built up while you were away. There's even a request from the mayor too, so I really need you to get right on it at all. If anything, you should be grateful. All this work gives you a chance to refine your skill with that new mindset of yours, won't it? That's one way of looking at it, sure. So, Pappy, while I bet you knew all along, it looks like Cassius has no intention of taking up the way of the sword ever again. But thanks to seeing him, I ended up being given a chance to re-examine my own swordsmanship. Up until now, I thought it was all about getting stronger or faster, things like that. But now I've finally realized that what's far more important than either of those things is why you take up your sword in the first place, your feeling. I feel like now I finally understand why I was never able to defeat you, no matter how many times we fought. I might not be the best student in the world, but I keep giving my training all I've got. Love, Analas. Yeah, that was such a sweet side story. Like, we never learned a lot about Analas and all, so it's fun to see where she comes from and what pushed her to be the way she is. So that's the 5th one. Oh, we can get a bonus if we win this battle. The thing is, I don't know if like the character keeps the stats we give him, because we kind of boosted Richard a lot, like a whole bunch, and we didn't give a lot of loves to Analas. So if we look at the stats, like here she's got 2.1k and Richard has 2.2k. But he's got 1.7k defense, she's got 1.7. There should be pretty similar, to be honest. So it's weird that he was so much stronger. Like, both of those have similar health. I don't know what the bonus gives. I'm gonna have to look it up afterward just to see if it's worth going for. But we got the story at least. Then this one, food is basic of all. 20 kind of food to memory. How many food do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We should be able to do this one. So let's go to the star door 6. It might give us another food. Let's see if it opens. Open the doors. Open sesame. Star chamber. Ashen grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Why don't you guys try becoming bracers? Those words were all it took to set the wheel in motion. The three young men Estelle had spoken to, Dean, Reyes, and Rocco, were the leaders of a group of delinquents who spent most of their times in the warehouse district of Rouen. In light of the unprecedented chaos that swept over Liberal, they soon began re-examining themselves and their lives. And after much thought, they agreed that the path of a bracer, a protector of the land's peace and its people's safety, may be the best road forward for them. That's not to say, however, that they didn't have any ulterior motive. No. They did think it would also give them the opportunity to be trained directly by the guild's Karna. With this hope in their hearts, they made their way to the ruined Bracer Guild and expressed interest in joining. Ooh, interesting. But the guild's crafty receptionist, John, had other ideas swirling in his brain. And unfortunately for them, they were to receive their training from their longtime sworn enemy and former Riven group leader, Agate Krosner. So that's interesting. We never learned how these guys... We know they're kind of training to be Bracer now because we met them in one of the stories so far, but we never know how they went about it. Their grueling training began in earnest under his strict guidance. After roughly 3 months of pure hell, the end was finally in sight. Only today's final examination remained. When I found out we were gonna be doing our final exam outside Ruin, I was so excited. Didn't think it was gonna be a place like this. Same here. Who'd have figured we'd end up dragged out to a cabin in the middle of this misty ass swamp hole? Have any of us even been outside of Ruin before? Why did our first taste of fresh air have to be somewhere so weird? It's not like we're here on vacation. We're here as part of our training. Can't expect to get taken to a theme park or something. I guess. Wow, that's so grown up of you. Glad one of you's got his head screwed on. I thought I was gonna have to give you guys a lecture on why you're here, but maybe I can spare myself the boring crap after all. Anyway, that's enough shooting the shit here. Sorry. Bah, I always gotta talk us down to us. As you know, the final exam is what determines whether you pass your training or not. It all hinges on this. Pass and you're all junior bracer from here on. Fail and you ain't. Either way, let me say this. I'm impressed you made it this far without dropping out. I wasn't sure you had it in you, but you sure as hell proved me wrong. Did he just praise us? What's gotten into him? I think I'm gonna be sick. What kind of heartless monster do you think I am? Just hurry up and spill the detail. I'm getting sick of standing around here. I wanna get started. The showball's good. Alright, let's get down to it then. Your task's simple enough. You're gonna make your way through a cave full of monsters, get to the end and you pass. A cave? I thought our exam was gonna be in this valley. We gotta go somewhere else now? Quit whining. It's not far from here. It'd be harder than it sounds, but if you get to the end in one piece, you'd get your badge. I'm not giving you a strict time limit, but the longer you take, the longer you keep me waiting, so don't push your luck. That's it. Any question? Sounds easy. All we have to do is go for a walk while beating up some monster. This exam was made for us. This should be kinda fun. That's a no to the question then, I guess. Well, Wemler, I'll be counting on you to back him up for me. Well, if you insist. You sure they're up for this though? It will be fine, trust me. Okay, let's get our butts over to that cave. This here's the entrance. I would have thought there was a cave way out here. So this is the place that's gonna determine our futures, huh? It's sure hidden well enough. Well, you already know what you're doing. I'll be waiting for you at the end, so give it your best shot. I'll be here backing you up if you need it. If things get too dicey and you need a break or something to eat, come to me. Sounds like an easy enough job for you. As if we'll ever need to come back here. Yeah, we'll breeze through this thing in no time. Why do I feel they're gonna get destroyed? Alright then. I'm ready if you guys are. Time to get to work. So we're controlling them now. They have no magic. They have no craft point right now and only HP. This place is pretty big inside, huh? Yeah, tons of empty space to fight in. You know as well as I do making it through this cave isn't gonna be the main event. It's him we're dealing with here. He'll be waiting for us at the end to challenge us to a fight, I guarantee it. You'd think so too, huh? Well, going by all our training so far, it's a pretty safe guess. And by the way, for those that aren't subbed, there's an ad coming up, so if you guys need to grab some food, stretch, and everything, there's gonna be a 3-minute ad break and you can come right back afterward. So feel free to do so. That's how every other exercise has ended. I wonder how well we're gonna be able to do against him this time. I feel like we've gotten pretty strong. We might have a chance, but who knows. Either way, this is a good chance to get back at him for having to put up with his crap all the time. Let's get going and giving him hell. Yeah, right there with you. So we got this. Now here, we go there. Oh, there's the first monster. Some sort of T-Rex? That's one ugly monster. It might look that way, but I bet it's small fry. Probably just to scare Predator off. The weaker something is, the meaner it's gonna look. You think? That description kinda sounds like it fits us too. I think it noticed us. Time to make it wish it hadn't. So first battle. Let's see what those guys can do. They're so weak. They have some craft, they don't have any arts, so we're gonna go punch. They're so weak. Like this. Ah! That's a lot! Punch! Can he heal himself? No. This. We probably gonna move this guy back so he doesn't die. Now can I do craft with this? We can do shakedown to make this guy weaker. Don't get so full of yourself. So now he's taking basically double damage because he's defense minus 100. Ah! And now this guy can go and finish it off maybe? But at the same time I kinda want to do this. Oh, I cannot reach! No! I'm gonna move here. I moved back too much. I cannot do anything here, so I'm just gonna try to finish the fight. If I do craft invigorate on this one to heal him up. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh. So I think I'm gonna just finish this fight. Other one. Ah, no! Someone's gonna die! Okay, we're fine. Let's just punch it. And this one's gonna punch him. And that's the first monster done. Those guys are so weak. It was only one monster. What the? I thought we were stronger than this. It's not that we're weak. That monster was just that strong. I get sure didn't say anything about this. Why did you have to go and choose here? So much for your theory, Rocco. That monster didn't just look strong, it was strong. You call that strong? You gotta be kidding me. What? What do you mean? trying to act like it's no big deal isn't gonna impress us, you know. I could see you struggling the whole time. We need your eyes checked then. Anyway, who cares how tough it was? Let's get moving. We've got work to do. Wait a second. What's up with him? So I'm gonna just go back, heal, because those guys are so weak that they almost died first battle. And I think the battle's not gonna reset. So rest. Do 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 do. So we're gonna see. Did the monster respawn? It did not. So we can basically... We're gonna preemptive attack this one. With this, we're gonna go... We cannot... Oh, we can shake down. Let's go! To reduce the defense, so the other guys can just punch him for a whole bunch. Like 1k. This guy might not reach. Yeah, he doesn't reach because they're so short-legged. And now this one cannot reach either. So this one punch, we should be able to kill it before it gets a turn. So pretty good. Trying to level up a bit because I feel there's gonna be a boss battle at the end. And we might get a bonus if we win, so leveling up while we can is always good. Now there's gonna be another monster. Those guy explodes when they die, if I remember correctly. Well, that one shouldn't be too tough. Yeah, we've seen those things near on. Let's up to it. So we got a preemptive attack. And yeah, we don't get information if they explode or not. I'm gonna try punching it. Punch it again. And once we're ready to kill it, we're gonna just move away. And only one of them is gonna take the blunt of killing it. Because we don't want all of them to take damage. Okay, he's using an art. We can do... this, maybe seal him if we are lucky enough. No seal, sadly. I'm just gonna move him away so he doesn't take the damage. This guy's gonna do storm. Those guys shouldn't die. I hope so. Please? Okay, that's not that bad. So now I'm just gonna see how much this guy do. Like I'm gonna move him back and this guy's gonna punch. Yeah, and now this is gonna explode. But I moved everyone else, so that's fine. They don't do that much either. Well, it was easier to beat than the last monster. I live a lot stronger than the ones near Ruin though. Look like we're gonna have to accept that all the monsters in the air are tougher than the ones we know. Haha. Why am I struggling against these guys? They should be nutting. Damn it, damn it, damn it! Hey, calm down, Rocco. We might be struggling, but it's not like we can't take them. As long as we take things slow and rest after every fight, we got this. Rest after every battle? If we need to take a break after every loser of a monster like that, how are we ever gonna catch up to that asshole? Hey, is this really the time to think about that? The next one's gonna be a breeze, it is. Hey, Rocco. Whew, he's starting to let his temper get the better of him. So now we were here. Is there anything else in the cave? There's something up top. And there's something down below. They were looking below, so I'm gonna go top first. Oh, not a preemptive. I'm gonna run so I can get a preemptive on this guy. Open this. Leave me alone. Okay, we got a preemptive attack, so now we can do craft, shakedown. And with shakedown, we know we can one-shot it. And that's a lot of XP. So pretty good. Let's move this. Let's go here. We might change the tactics so they start further up. So they can punch it at the first turn. They've got so little move. Let's punch here. And this one should be able to finish it off. A heal is pretty good. Let's go. Easy enough. They're almost another level. Now for the equip. It's still at the other thing. So we got cattail if you want movement, that's pretty good. And this one is prevent faint. Let's put this on and go to tactic. Move those guy up because they got nothing. Like this guy can be a bit further back because he's got move now. And what does the chest say today? Someone scrolled a limerick on the inside of the chest. Oh, okay, wow. That's only gonna pass a T rating. Tira bomb is pretty good, so now we can go back down. I think we're fine for the next battle. Now craft, shakedown. And we're gonna go punch it with the red one. Oh, we missed! No! Let's shakedown again then. Shakedown is such a good thing. Oh, and it's sealed too. So now we can go... It's better to just punch it and take the poison damage at this point. Like, it's not doing that much when it explodes. The spell is gonna do more, so just punch it, kill it. Like, just 160, 180, that's nothing. And a tear bomb here. So we move there. Oh, those guy. He's our next one, I guess. There's no way we'll struggle against this guy. Don't be so sure after the other fights here. There's no way I'm letting my guard down this time. Stay cautious, guys. Oh, they missed. Nice. So we're gonna do the good old shakedown. Kill one fast. Oh, they resist it. Oh, this might be bad. Let's try punching. Okay, they don't have that much HP. They freeze though. That's pretty bad. Can we have something that removes freeze? No Mercy could be funny. An underworld technique that heals and cures KO. Nothing to get rid of freezes, so if they freeze everyone, we're just dead. Like this guy is out of commission. Now we can do Soul Infusion on this. We probably want to save 200 CP for the last fight, so we can one-hit KO someone. Oh, we are without back. Let's go. So this is gonna punch, freeze here, punch here, that's fine. There's one that's gonna be dead soon. I think this one should die now, so only one to worry about. Not too bad. Too frozen though. Okay, one is thawed. And the other one's frozen. I hate this. Now we punch. This one punches too. They need to do so much just to beat enemies that we one-shot with the other characters. This one's frozen. This one's frozen. This one used Soul Infusion to heal this one so he doesn't die. Now this one unfreeze fast enough, maybe. Now we just go punching it. We should be able to kill it if we don't miss. So let's just punch it. At this point, I think I'm gonna go heal back. Oh, they all leveled up, so we don't even need to, because they healed when they level. Ooh, that's that. Yeah, that one ended up being tough too, but nothing we couldn't handle. If only there was 3 of me. Oh? Huh? You say something? Couldn't you hear me? I meant what I said. If only there was 3 of me instead of just me and you 2 jokes. I'd been done by now. If you say so, man. Well, unfortunately for you, this is the group we've got, and we're gonna have to stick with it. Keep your shit talking to yourself, alright? Just don't drag me down. This guy's so full of himself. What's gonna into him, seriously? And we can go up, we can go into this cave too. Is there some goodies here? Right there. We're gonna do craft, shakedown. I want to keep this guy building up CP, so I'm not gonna use CP as much with the purple guy, so he can build up his craft point and be ready for the big move that one-shot kills someone. Self-destruct is fine. Building up CP on them too. So we got another one here. We do the same tactic. Craft shakedown with 2 attack and this should be over. The defense down is so good. That's so much damage we get. And just like that. Little damage, nothing to worry about. They're slowly getting close to another level up. Terra Bomb is pretty good. Lighter, I already know her. So this one gets the lighter, prevents freeze, that would have been so good before. Like the fight just before this one, that would have been so good. And now we move forward. Nice. He cannot be frozen anymore. So punch. Punch. This one moves. Freezes someone maybe. Oh, not even. Let's go. Now we punch this. Almost dies. Sadly it gets a turn. Freezes someone. This one might freeze this here. Okay, on the same one. Good. So I don't lose 2 characters now. And now one of them is dead. So we should be pretty good with the freezes. This. Now we do this. And we can even heal a little in this fight. If we need to. Double hit is a pain. Now this one's gonna punch. And I think I'm gonna do craft on him. Soul Infusion on the red one. So he's a bit tough. And the purple one's gonna be able to kill. So the green one's still a bit low. But oh, come on, game. Come on. That's just rude. I took damage for no reason there. But they're close-ish to leveling up again, so they're gonna heal back up once they level up. So this one goes punch. He's at 100 again. He cannot be frozen. He's gonna need healing though. Yeah, he's gonna need healing fast. So craft, soul infusion on him. Still keeping this guy close to 200. And now we do this, punch this guy. I think I punched the wrong one there. Yeah, I did. So we're gonna punch the one that's closer to that. This one should be able to kill now with the plus damage, so that's 1 down. Now we just need to gang up on the last one. And I think they're gonna level up after this. Double attack is a pain, but no freeze, so we're fine. Punch. Punch. And this is it. Level up for all of them. There's nothing here. Now we go in the cave. We fight this. Craft shakedown, like always. And just, how much stronger are we? We did 1.1k the last time. Not that much stronger. Level up didn't affect it that much. So close to the big 200 to do the no mercy skill. And now this. There's one path there, there's one path there. Let's go here first. Let's go, we took the wrong path first. I love taking the wrong path. The thing is, we cannot use craft point on this one. So shakedown. So defense down, now we're gonna do way more damage. So, oh, come on. So this punch, that's a lot of damage, but we should be able to kill this. One, and even if one of those miss, we're gonna be able to finish this off. Just like that. And now we open this, another Tiram Bomb, and another one, so a lot of healing. I feel everything's building up to like the final battle. Like that, preemptive attack should be more than enough. The CP is so good, so shakedown. Like always, they don't have that much like skills to them, so it's always the same. Just get shakedown, punch them, and hope that's enough. And hope they don't miss too. So now he's gonna punch, barely enough. And this is done. And in one more, they should level up. This is just here. Reviving Balm is good. Don't know how relevant it's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna start casting a spell. So move here. Just move out of the way for this. Move here. And this guy's gonna move here. So the spell's not gonna land, and then I can just wail on it. Punch. Punch. And this guy's just gonna move, because I don't want him to move back into the spell automatically by trying to attack. So the spell misses. Good thing the purple one had move plus, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to get out of this. But now with the crit we should be pretty good. This here. This time I'm just gonna go for the kill. Just like that. And a bit of damage to everyone, but that's nothing. Almost all of them are at 200 now. Ah, oh, so close to leveling up. So that's a new one. Seems like a defensive type, so that might be hard. But probably shakedown. Huh? Why is there frozen rock in the middle of the path? I don't know. It doesn't look like anything special, but that's a weird place for one to be. What's your damage? Don't wander with random crap, you don't know what it is. Whoa, it's moving. Maybe that warning was a little too late. So we got surprise attack. He's preparing an art. Let's do craft. This here. Shakedown. Oh, it resisted. This might be bad. But it's not too hard to punch it. I'm kind of scared about the spell it's gonna do, but we're gonna see. Cocytus. That's one of the biggest ice spell. It might do a lot. Okay, that's a lot of damage, but not enough to be too scary. We can still punch this guy and miss. So I'm gonna do Soul Infusion on the purple one. Try to top everyone up. Just take a small turn to heal people. This is gonna keep punching because I want to keep his craft up. This is gonna do not shakedown, Soul Infusion on the green one. The red one is still pretty healthy, so he's fine. Now we do punch. The purple one punches too, and we're more than halfway done. Almost dead. So Cocutus again. And this is fine, the purple one's pretty healthy, the red one's gonna heal. The green one, or not even, he's just gonna punch. The green one's gonna heal the red one, and the purple one's gonna finish this. So this on the red. Do 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 do. Oh, he didn't use the spell this time. So we're gonna just punch, and this is over. And I think this is gonna level up anyway. Yeah, we all leveled up, so the healing was unnecessary at this point. Ooh, that scared the heck out of me. No doubt. Who'd have thought a Rockmont would turn into a monster? Well, maybe you wouldn't have been scared if you hadn't been such a dumbass. What was I just saying about dragging me down? Sorry, man. For the love of Adios. That goes for you too, Dean. You ever gonna grow up of being such a damn coward? At this rate, we're not even gonna be able to get through here by sundown. Maybe it's time I cut the deadweight and went on by myself. Then go. What was that? You heard me. If you're that determined to go by yourself, be my guest. You're the tough one here, right? You can handle everything in here by yourself, right? Why would you want a bunch of weaklings like us around? Get moving, tough guy. Try saying that again. Besides, the only reason we're even in here in this cave right now is because you thought that was a good idea. I'm sick of it, and I sure as hell don't want to be told I'm getting in the way of by the guy who forced me into this crap. Come on, Reyes, we're out of here. Yeah, I'm good with that. I know when I'm not needed. No point in hanging around after being told I'm deadweight. That's how it's gonna be, huh? See ya never. I feel like we're gonna need to save this guy now. Doesn't even he ever get tired of keeping up that act 24/7? Who cares? He's on his own now. I kind of feel like we still need to follow him because he's gonna be in trouble soon. He can't go by himself like I care. We're going home. Okay. So we don't have a choice. If we go here. You think Rogo's still alright? He might be pretty strong, but the monsters in here are like way stronger than any one of us. Who cares? He was the one who said he wanted to go ahead on his own. He made his bed, let him lie in it. Oh. Tentacle monster. I haven't seen one of like this before. What is this creepy thing? Let's do shakedown. Try to see if we can weaken it. Okay, we got the defense down. That's pretty good. Space Jam. Welcome to the Space Jam. Space Jam. Oh, it's not that bad. So let's go here. Move up a bit. Meteor Storm. The feint is a pain. But it should be soon that it dies. Like, oh, not if we miss though. Okay, we got a turn, but it's not defense down anymore. And the one with feint resist is not in my party anymore. So we do this. Now it's gonna do Meteor Storm again, stun another one. I'm gonna do Craft, Soul Infusion to keep this guy up. Like, there's no way we should die here, but it's just a pain. Everything went wrong. This here, he's gonna do Meteor Storm again. Now I'm gonna heal this guy, and we should be good enough. Soul Infusion, like that. And this guy's fainted. Now we punch. And this is over. Back to full health too at the end of the battle. Man, that was nasty. And Rocco's walking ahead alone in place, crawling with monsters just like that. Hey Dean, I feel like this really ain't the time for us to be fighting each other and trying to act big. Hey Rice? Yeah? Have you ever seen Rocco show any sign of weakness before? Ever? Well, now that you mention it, no. Same here. He might be pretending he's strong all the time, but he never let any sign of weakness sleep or whines like we do. He's always the one who's pushing us and trying to make us better ourselves. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, if it wasn't for him, we really wouldn't be here. We'd still be loitering around back in Ruin forever probably. We can let all the deadweight stuff slide this once. Maybe he pisses me off sometimes, but I ain't about to turn my back on him when he's always at ours. Hahaha. Damn straight. So now we go back. And we reunite the boys together. So right here. We go up here. Oh, surprise attack. That might be bad. I'm just gonna run from this one. We're 2 against 2. That's not the best stud with those guys. The party fled. Now we go here. We go there. Where are you, my dude? We're gonna run. No point in continuing to fight those. There's a squid. Just try to not get surprise attacked by those. That's all you need. I don't really want to fight when we're 2. Now this, we don't need to fight this one. Ah, it saw me from so far away. We are gonna run away. Then we move up. We move here. There's a chest. Let's go. Through a bomb too. That's always good. Then where are we going? Right here. Into another path. This guy went so far ahead. Oh, he's getting frozen. Yo, Dean, that looks like him. You see him? What's that idiot doing? He's a popsicle. Oh. Ah, damn it. I can't move. Look like this is the end of the line for me. Rocco, this ain't good. He's frozen. Can you handle it, Race? Sure thing. Did they just bomb him? I can move. Yeah, you're a real sorry sight, man. Sorry for keeping you waiting. The hell are you guys doing here? I thought you bailed. More like we came to bail you out. But we can talk later. We've got a fight on our end. Right, fine. So I'm gonna do this, and this is as good of a time as any to use the KO for sure. So no mercy. Oh, it didn't KO. It did 2k though. That's pretty good. Let's move here. This one's gonna punch because I think the spell's center on him. So he's not gonna be able to dodge it. Let's move here so we don't get to it. Diamond Dust, yeah. So he's gonna take the damage, but it's only one taking the damage and it's not that bad. So now we punch here. This one punches too. And we're so close to finishing this already. It's another Diamond Dust, but how we're spread out, there's no way he can hit all of us. And this was easy enough. And we're almost leveled up again. Whew, good thing we made it in time. Seriously, you really bit off more than you could chew this time, Rocky. What are you two doing here? Why do you come after me? Even without guys? I could have handled that just... No, you couldn't, you dumbass. What was that? For once in your life, stop being so stubborn. If we didn't come when we did, You could have been dead. And you know it, and you know it too. You just don't want to say it. What was that? Nah, I guess I haven't got the right to be getting all angry. Sorry, man. I shouldn't have told you to go alone like I did. I might have said earlier that I was only trying to become a bracer because you pushed us into it. Hey, Sveksak. I think that's one of you plenty we don't need three. Do you think? I like three of me. But I swear that's not the only reason. There's no way I could have made it through all the insane training got put through and not quite part way if that was the only reason. But I hope you're doing good today. I would have thrown in the towel a long time ago if I wasn't serious about this. What he said. I'm just as serious about this as you are, you know. I know you're in a rush to try and be as tough as a gate and everything, and I can't blame you. I'm good, you're good. That's good to hear, I'm really good. I finally got adjusted to daylight saving, and I played around with VTube Studio yesterday, so a lot of things coming up, probably karaoke stream next week. I finally got things set up. I'm building a set list of songs that I want to sing. It's probably not going to be the best singing because I really do not like my voice, how I sing, but I'm going to do my best. I wouldn't hurt to rely on us at least a little, would it? Alright, you got me. And I ain't no dumbass, Dean. I know my limits. You're probably right. I was just in so much of a rush to try and narrow the gap between us that I lost sight of myself. Roko? But that last fight was enough to open my eyes. I'm not up for the type of getting through this place alone. I know now that I need you guys with me every step of the way. So, sorry. Would you let me stick with you again? Come on, really? As if you even need to ask. Thanks. What's getting into you two? Anyone looked at you two now and think smooching and wedding bells are in your future? You've made up, so make up with the kissing. But that's rude. No kissing, no hand holding. That's not allowed. Oh, shove it up your ass. Besides, you still owe me an apology. Huh? For what? When someone's frozen, you're supposed to use an item on them or something, you know, like a courier bomb. Were you trying to kill me? You did kinda throw a grenade at him when he was frozen. Hey, he did the trick, right? I guess. Maybe I do owe you one. Thanks. What's gotten into you? Wait, am I the one who you wanna smooch? In your dream. Kidding. Well, anyway, let's get going. You got it. Knock it. So this is probably the right path. This is probably the alternate path. So we're gonna go here first, try to get some goodies. Maybe level up if we can. Reviving Bomb is good. Zeram Potter. I feel like we're getting up to the big fight of the chapter. There's nothing else, so we might just use... we have some Tear Bomb. We got some food. We got a lot of food actually. So we could do... This is 200. So that's not the best. We're gonna do some of those. Like, it's not gonna be useful in battle, so let's just use it now. Now we got... That's a good one. This is 2000. We could save those. We don't need to use them right now. And I feel this is gonna be the last fight of this side story, so we're gonna save just to be sure. You mean this guy? Like this one? The red one? Those guys are kind of like... They were antagonists on the first one, like kind of delinquent, and now we're in their backstory. Today we're doing a lot of backstories. So going through gates and all, finding out about characters' backstory, how they decided to do stuff, why they're doing this and everything. So it's a lot of dialogue, maybe less story progression, but we need to do those at one point, so I feel today's the day. Whoa, this is way more roomy than the other caves we've been in. You think this is the end of the line? It sure looks that way. I don't see anything here though, or anyone. Maybe we haven't finished exploring. Let's hope it's not the same as it was in the second game. There was a dragon here in the second game, and those guys cannot fight a dragon. Not at all. Nah, you're done. Nice work, guys. Huh? Where do you come from? You were tailing us the whole time, weren't you? Bingo! I've seen everything that's happened on the way here. I figured you wouldn't find it easy, but I wasn't expecting you all to split apart way though. That was your fault for picking this place. We wouldn't have split up if you picked somewhere less complicated. And that's why I picked this place, numbnuts. I wanted to see how you'd react when you found yourself in a complex situation. And I got exactly what I wanted out of it. Huh? Yeah, I can buy that. Thanks a lot. You guys are already squared away in battle. I'll give you that. On that front, you're already ahead of your average junior bracer. Really? You really think so? But that's only in terms of strength. Unfortunately, you need more than that to be a good bracer, junior or senior. What I saw today really helped me make up my mind on whether you're cut out for this line of work. Good for you. I still don't have enough to go on to make the final call though. And if you want to prove to me that you've got what it takes, yeah, I expected as much, then you're gonna have to prove it to me, to my heavy blade first. How did I know this is how it was gonna go? Cause it was obvious. You wanna see what we've got? Then we'd be happy to show you. Come at me. So, as long as he doesn't one-shot anyone, okay, that's good, that's not a one-shot. Now we can do craft, let's try No Mercy. He's got a lot of HP, I don't think No Mercy is gonna work. So maybe we do a shakedown first and then No Mercy afterward. So let's do this Ultima Ice Cream on this guy so he heals. This one's gonna do the shakedown, gonna try to do it at least. Shakedown! It used to work in the other game, so it should work here. Yeah, defense down, so now we're gonna do the big move next. He's doing a lot of damage, but that's not that bad. We got 2 No Mercy in a row. So No Mercy. That's 3k damage. This guy is gonna do a punch. And this guy is gonna do... At this point, is it better to do No Mercy? Or just do strength, because they do 1.1k, No Mercy deals 3k. How much HP does he have? 6.9, yeah, we're gonna do No Mercy. And this should be a lot of damage. Like we're 2/3 of the way. This is fine. Before the defense down goes away, we're gonna punch. And we're gonna punch. He's almost done. Okay, so this now we need to heal this guy. We're gonna do Ultima Ice Cream too. We got a lot of food, so we should be good. Like, this isn't that hard of a fight. A miss too. So we're gonna do another shakedown to reduce the defense. And after that, this should be the end of the fight. A pretty easy one, to be honest. Compared to the last one we had to do, where the guy was doing like triple our damage. And now we just punch, and this is over. Let's go. Oh, that's a lot of XP. They jumped so much. That was the max number of XP they could get. Wait, we did it? No joke? We seriously beat him? No way. Well, I'm impressed. Yeah, of course it was too good to be true. Figures, Don't go getting too down in the dumps. You managed to get one over me. You should still feel proud of yourself. Anyway, now I'm confident I've got a good handle of what you're capable of. So let me break down how you did. Now? You're gonna tell us our exam result then? Here it comes. First up, Dean. I'm first? As a plus, your judgment ain't anything to sniff at. On the other hand, you have a tendency to play it safe even when you don't have to. You're next, Reyes. Lay it on me. Your forte is your intuition. In that department, there's a solid potential. As far as negatives go, it's hard to overlook how careless you can be when a situation calls for critical thinking. Finally, there's you, Rocco. I'll give you credit for your determination and unrelenting drive to get the job done, but I really can't praise your inability to make calm, rational decisions. Stick to those two qualities together and you're a walking accident waiting to happen on your own. So, as I'm sure you can already tell, the three of you just aren't there yet. You're all missing something before I can call you ready. Watching y'all work, I was on tenterhooks the whole time. I hate to admit it, but he's probably right. Guess we're done then. That's just if I rate the three of you as an individual. If I rate you as a team, then my verdict becomes a little different. Huh? Wait, what? Watching you take on that last monster on the way here was when I was finally able to stake my confidence in you. Individually, none of you meet the mark, but slap the three of you together and you just about squeezes over the line. And that's why I'm gonna give you a passing grade on one condition. Wait, we passed? What's the condition? You can be bracer, you can only accept jobs as a group of 3, not individually. Not until you become senior bracers. Anyway, well, we'll see where you stand then. I'll be passing the news on to John, so once that's done and over with, you can throw all the work you can handle your way. Together? That's right. I want you to build up experience working together as a group. Work on each of your weaknesses. Then by the time you hit senior level, you'll hopefully be ready to take on the kind of solo work that you can do now. I see. I can't help but feel lame for only getting a conditional pass. Sure, but it beats flunking out completely. Exactly, well, I'll be expecting a lot of improvement for you guys. By the way, you planning on sticking to stun rods as your main weapon? I'll buy you all new weapons for the weapon shop over in Boz in honor of you passing. Just a little something from me. You're gonna buy us something? That's awesome. I think I'm gonna be sick. For crying out loud, my rep with you guys is even worse than I thought. I'm not some kind of evil monster that feeds off of pain and suffering, you know. Could have fooled me. He might be right though. I mean, he's always nice to that little girl. He's gonna have a soft spot hidden in there somewhere. What was her name? Tita? Oh, you're gonna get him pissed. You wanna run that by me again? Crap, why did you have to go bring her up? Oops. So that's how you guys wanna play this, huh? I should have known being nice wasn't gonna get me anywhere. Way to freaking go, Race. No more messing around. Your ass is gonna be running your way back to the entrance. Anyone who falls behind any more than I'm willing to allow get my blade chucked in the back of their head. Ah, right. You're the one with the most stamina here, Rocco. You gotta lead the way so he doesn't catch up with us. That was the plan all along. Exhausting. Right to the very end, huh? Less talking, more running. Yes, sir. Oh, that was cute. And this should be the end of the side story. That was a cute one. Super Gladiator Hellbent and 100 Myra, just to say we got Myras. So what's the Super Gladiator Headband? Let's see. Where is it? Strength 25, defense minus, CP recovery up. I think he's got something similar. Someone's got something similar. Oh, it's just better, this one. So none of those use really equipment that could be useful for this. So this one's cleared. This one is... this one was a hard one. To lay claim to its reward, however, you must first overcome a trial. Should this fail to deter you, open the door and step inside. And Minstrel and his closest allies against the beast they seek to overcome. So that's Olivert and the is 8, I would guess. This one is for 50,000 Myra. I don't think I'm there yet. Plays with a giant doll. That's gonna be the... I don't remember her name, but the girl with the scythe. Those who seek to enter this store. So that's a trial too. Repenting Patriot, we know who this is. And that's 400 battle. So this maybe is the next one we want to go to. So let's go to the Star Door 7. And I don't remember this trial, so we're gonna save beforehand. Go into the trial and see how it goes. I think it was one with Petrify, this one. So we're gonna see how it goes. If it's Petrify, we're just gonna reload and just put on anti-Petrify tools. And this shouldn't be too hard, but I remember this trial hitting really hard. So we're gonna see. Oh, we still have Anilas. We should have changed her out. She's not good. So, Star Chamber. But once we're done with all those star doors, we're gonna be more than halfway through all the side quests in this game. So next time we go for the big battle, we're gonna be pretty good. So... yeah, those guys now want to do art. Abyss Fall, maybe. Those guys aren't resistant to this, so let's do this. See how they go. And now want to do... Plasma Wave could be okay. Aerial is small. This is... medium, that's not big enough for my like. We could do Abyss Fall too. See how they move. So this is gonna move up. This is gonna move up. This too. They're all gonna move up. And this is gonna move up a bit too. Not too much damage. It's the status effect that scares me right now. And what's her S-Craft? It's an area medium, so we can do... if we move, can she act before them? No. So we can do... punch here, see how much she does. A bit of damage. So this one's gonna do art. Right here, she can do... what Gehenna's pretty good. We can hit all of those. So this here. Oh yeah, that spell is so cool. Like you just summon a demon. Let's see how much it does. I'm hoping to kill some of them real quick. Okay, that's a lot of damage. But not as much as I would like, but this guy should do a lot more. Kevin's so much better in magic. So this here... this should kill some of them, or get them close, I mean. This should do a lot of damage too, and then we can do with this guy. Oh, there's some feints too. So we can do craft maybe? Chain with this and this. Oh, we don't want to change this. It's small though. I don't think it's gonna be worth it. We could do Evil Eye on those two. Can we do a line then? Support, it's stunned. That's a single, that's a line. We can hit both of those. We can hit this one. We cannot hit those one. So maybe this. Then we do this to steal the +10 here. And try to kill some of them. So this here should kill most of those guys. Let's hope it does. Let's see how much this does. Nice. 3 of them are dead. So that's a lot of trouble down. And now we're gonna change this so we steal the other +10. Stealing the bonus from the enemy is kind of the point of S-Craft at this point. And try to kill some of those. Don't think we're gonna kill more than one here though. Yeah, one is dead, one is almost dead. So this here. And yeah, they have petrified, that's what I was fearing. So here we're gonna do... Is this one low? It is. So we're gonna do this, trying to kill the small rat. Then I'm gonna look at the Chloe to see how far her like healing goes, because I'm gonna want to use it to heal both of those. So those two are dead. That's really good. So now this one probably doesn't need to be healed. Can I do a cure yet before those guys? I can. So we're gonna cure her, so she doesn't die after getting hit in Petrify. I'm ready to use Chloe if I ever need to, if she gets petrified again. Let's do this. I barely hit. So I'm gonna cure the Petrify again, and now we should be good. Because for those that don't know, if you're petrified and you take a hit, you die one shot. So I don't want her to die. Oh, they divided. Okay, so she's petrified again. Oh, come on. That was just mean. Like, that's why I hate those guys. Now we're gonna do this. We can't reach here. Gorgon Arrow might be the best one, like this. To make use. Oh, double petrified. That's good. And now we want to use a spell. We could do Abyss Fall here. Or we could do maybe craft a line. Can we punch both of those? Yes, we can. Maybe we're gonna kill both of them. Yes, we did. Nice. So that's one of them left. He's gonna move up. They're slow, so that's the bonus of it. But the thing is, I need to revive this girl now. And I kind of want to stay away so I don't take damage from them. So this here. Now this one's gonna do a craft for can he revive someone? Doesn't seem like it. He can only heal an ally. He doesn't have one that revives, so I'm just gonna use an art. Do a soul blur here. So soul blur for 2.2k. This one's gonna do 2.2k too. And now, do I care about reviving her? Like, I could revive her. But at the same time, I could just kill this guy and be done with it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So this guy's gonna move up, petrify this guy, but that should be fine. Soul Blur here, and 4K. So we've done it. It was a painful fight.
Nicely done.
So little XP. 13 XP. And I don't think I'm gonna start the memory yet because there's an ad coming. I'm gonna take this time to move around a bit and go to the restroom. So you guys do the same. Get some water, get some food and all. I'm gonna be back in 3 minutes so we can get into the memory fragment. So see you guys in a bit. So we are back. Let's see that memory fragment now. Who's it gonna be about? Oh, is that the story of the magic of this world. Orbments are devices that use the orbal energy contained within Septium to cause the variety of useful effects. It has only been a little over half a century since they were first invented, but even in such a short time, they have already revolutionized the world as we know it. From daily necessities such as lighting and eating to tank and other similar weapons used to defend our nations, orbments are used in just about every facet of our lives. In fact, it's now hard to imagine life without them. So much of what we take for granted in life now involves them in some way. And it is to proliferate and advance the development of these orbments that we exist. We, the Epstein Foundation. Our foundation was first established in the year 1155 of the Septian calendar, the year after Professor Epstein passing, and was created by his brilliant-minded disciple in order to honor his wishes. The foundation is based in his home state of Lemon, where it remains in operation to this day. It was rather limited in size in the beginning, and its attempt to spread orbal technology was initially met with little success. Sensing that the professor's dream would never be realized at the rate they were going, 3 key researchers left Lemon to try and spread the seed of orbal technology across the continent themselves. One of these was Professor G. Schmidt. The professor, who had gained a fine reputation of his own for his skill in the field of mechanical engineering, went around and visited corporations in various nations to persuade them of the benefit of orbments. The second was Professor L. Hamilton. Mindful of the technological gap between regions, she long believed it was rural and remote areas that needed orbment technology more than any other. As such, she enlisted the help of the Bracer Guild, which already had a close relationship with the Foundation, and formed a mission with the intent of promoting and spreading the technology where applicable. The professor herself also toured the region with the aim of spreading public awareness and laying foundation for others to build on in the future. The third was Professor A. Russell, now known far and wide as the father of the Orbal Revolution. Professor Russell returned to his home nation of Liberal and continued to work tirelessly to advance orbment technology there. And within a year of returning, he had set up the Zeiss Engineering Factory, now known as Zeiss Central Factory, ZCF, and created the first orbment to be made outside Lemon State. 3 years later, the reigning king of Liberal at the time, Edgar III, visited the factory to inspect it, and he decided to donate a large amount of money to further its research. With His Majesty's endorsement, orbment began to spread like wildfire through the kingdom, bringing such prosperity that the people and other nations were filled with envy. Up until then, most people didn't see orbment in a particularly positive light, but their success in Liberal changed those impressions virtually overnight. One nation after another began to reach out to our foundation to share orbment technology, and both our foundation's financial and social standing become that much more secure. In the eyes of the world, the Orbal Revolution was a sudden, far-reaching transformation, but it was only because of years of reaching out to people and diligent, largely unnoticed research that I was able to append to all. I'm not reading this. It's so small. So, about the Epstein Foundation, orbment, prototype of orbment, mystery of artifact, history of orbment technology. It's kind of mimicking the history of electricity, I think. Like, I don't know the whole story, but I'm pretty sure it's like mimicking the invention of electricity, how it was like not like that much at first, and people learned that it's really good. The Foundation activity centers around the following 3 guiding principles: carrying out fundamental research on orbment, spreading orbal technology and informing the public of its benefit, contributing to world peace through technology. Now then, let's discuss each of these 3 guiding principles in more depth. The Foundation's most important mission is naturally the improvement and development of orbal technology. The fundamental principle behind how Augment works need no improvement as such, but their architecture, their internal structure have been improved upon countless time in the past and will surely continue to be perfected by the curious mind as the year goes on. Augment architecture concern the mechanical part inside them, such as cogs and screws, and there is still plenty of room for change as this new technology develops. These improvements can reap great reward, but the research necessary to make them is known to be as lengthy as it is expensive. As a result, companies who prioritize profit over all else are less inclined to pursue them. That makes our foundation's research all the more important for us from a social perspective. Two other important goals of the foundation are to spread orbital technology as widely as possible and to educate public on the correct way to use it. While ornaments have become part of the daily lives of most who live in advanced nations and populated urban areas, the reality in remote and mountainous regions is very different. To counter this, we have long worked to send missions of engineers and bracers to these regions to try and better the standard of living for these people, and will continue to do so. We also continue to work on other ways to spread awareness of orbital technology, such as working closely with the Seption Church to have it added to the curriculum of Sunday school classes. It is to pursue this noble yet extremely difficult goal that the Foundation has had a close relationship with the Bracer Guild ever since its initial founding. The Guild was established as an international peacekeeping organization and can mediate on conflicts between nations from a neutral point of view, making it essential to the stability of our world as it stands. The Epstein Foundation continues to back them up fully on their cause, both with financial aid and using the fact that Lemon State is the only place where tactical armament are produced to provide them with equipment. Just as well, this relationship also provides ideal feedback towards tweaking the quality of tactical armament as they are used in combat too. Every machine and every invention goes through a long grueling process behind the scene before eventually reaching its finished, refined form, and tactical armament are no exception. Then in S1190, our foundation unveiled the Orbital Network project, which will be implemented in partnership with ZCF. Said project aimed to join all of Zemuria together with a single united communication network, but our hope is that it will do much more than that. Our hope is that it will help to realize a peaceful world through communication. Sadly, Augment's relationship with peace as a concept has become somewhat complicated. Are they aiding in its realization, or are they doing the exact opposite? Professor Epstein expressed his hope that their ability to realize the limitless looping of energy would be able to bring lasting peace to the world. Instead, recent years have truly betrayed those hopes, and the post-revolution world has been a chaotic one indeed. The conflict between Liberal and Erubonia, for one, made significant use of orbital weaponry, airship included. It seems beyond a doubt that orbital weaponry will continue to become more and more advanced, making war an even more tragic event than ever. In the face of all this, how should we go about trying to create a peaceful world? We believe the best way to do this is to rely on the power of communication and the means to do so with people of different nationalities and race. If these people can more easily understand and more easily deepen their understanding of one another, perhaps that will allow us to create the world we all so dearly desires. In the end, one thing is for certain, our challenges to try and realize Professor Einstein's ideal are only just beginning. So that's kind of the thing, like you can create something in hope to do good with it, and every invention, like most of the time people want to do good with it, but you never know how it's gonna get used, and it's kind of the same thing, like you create something for good and later on it's used for bad or just used against people, and some other time it's the difference. Like some stuff are usually made into weapon first because it's easier to do something and not control it, so mostly bombs and all, and then learn to control it later on. So it's like the thing of duality of you're helping people, but by making everything better you're like making it easier for people to hurt others too. So it's the dynamo all the time. And now, what is ingenuity? We got this new thing. Let's see what it does. Recover a small amount of EP while walking and in battle. That's so good. Wait. Do I have a spot for this? Information is good. Can I put this on anyone that's a spellcaster? Chloe, can she take it? HP, could I give her... Yeah, I can give her a better one than HP 3. Like, Water Gem is better. Evade is okay. I think I prefer... Oh, I can't put that there. It's probably a waterlocked one. I could put Ingenuity here. I lose some spells though, like some good spells. So I don't think I want to remove this. Cast 2 is good. Falcon's Eye. Enemy location on the minimap is fine. I gain a lot with this. Let's see. What does it look like? Yeah, I've got a pretty good spell list like this. I think I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna heal just so... I just saw that Ananas is still dead. So we're gonna try and get her back up. We're probably gonna have time for 1 or 2 more gates today. We did 3 of those. So if we can do 2 more, we're pretty good. So this... the minstrel and his closest ally, that's gonna be... Let's change the party, remove this one, remove this one. Put Oliver in and put this guy in. Okay, let's see their weapon. I don't think they're decked out like they should. Yeah, you can get a better one. Like, that's 600 damage. That's so much. This is just more armor. There's no downside to this. This would be more speed, which could be better. But at the same time, maybe this is better, like some ADF. I want to keep this agility though. And this ear for this guy. It's weaker. This is better. This is a really good one. Not losing too much on agility, losing a bit on speed, but gaining a lot of defense. And those things are okay. Dex is pretty good. Poison and blind, prevents dead blow. I don't really need prevents dead blow on him. I could put this here, so he's more damage a bit. And how much range does he have? He has 6, that's pretty good. The Ornament now. I'm gonna upgrade their slots. So synthesized quartz, slots, Olivert, this. I've got more than enough. So this is done. Mueller is gonna be the same. Oh, I don't have enough wind sepit anymore. And now let's see what I can upgrade them. So Ornament, let's go Olivert first. It 3 is pretty good. EP3, do we really need it? Is it a white lock? Let's see. Remove quartz, yeah, it's a mirage lock. And this maybe is a mirage lock, no. So we're gonna go it, 4. Oh no, we're gonna go mirage gem because no one's using it. Do we want the max EP? Because I don't see really him doing that much magic. Like, he's got so little magic damage compared to the other ones. So I don't see him doing magic that much. HP, for now we can give him that. Attack, evade, do we have a better evade here? We got the evade 4 or wind gem. So wind gem here. Like, even with mind 4 is really bad with magic. We could try to help him out. So if we do silver gem here, then range 2 is pretty good. Let's see what we can craft. Synthesized quartz, Mirage, that's silver gem. There's information we could do. Mirage, we don't need. Eagle's Eye, okay. Strike is fine. Move, range, EP cut, that's all we have. Action 4 could be pretty good. Like making him move way faster. We're gonna craft another Onyx gem. And now this here. We could remove some of his ATS to make it so... We could make it so he can impede enemies faster, easier. Oh, we don't have enough anyway. So seal is fine, we don't really need it. This could be a good one to craft, so let's craft it. Water gem is always a good one. Sapphire gem could be good, but I don't think we're making him a caster. Defense, poison, petrify, mute, defense. Okay, so we're gonna try and make him work with this. Mine, we're not gonna change. Attack, we're gonna put ruby gem on him. HP, we're gonna put a water gem. So it's gonna be a bit tankier. And mine, at this point, I feel I'm just gonna put instead Onyx gem. So now instead he's really weak with magic, but at least he punched a bit okay. And he's fine on that note. This one's got HP 4, that's fine. Action 2, attack 4 can go there. Why does he have mine? I don't understand. Enemy becomes aware, receive less physical damage but more magic. That's fine. And now I could do shield here. But he's got no ADF at this point. Like, anyway, he's not a magic caster, so shield is good on him. It is okay. It 4 is the more I can put. And that's probably gonna be it for this guy, so we're gonna save now, so we save our setup. And we're gonna go to the gate for those two. Stargate, I think that's the 8th one. Yeah. So let's see. Did I get the right people? Yes, I did. Let's go. Let's see if they can handle themselves. They're really not that strong compared to the others. I kinda neglected them. I maybe could have bought them new weapons, but they're gonna be fine. What's the worst that could happen? I should grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. So what is it gonna be? 1 month after the collapse of the Liber Arc, so just after the second game then. The banquet to celebrate the crisis' successful resolution was over, with Estelle and her friend having largely left the capital to go elsewhere. One of them, however, Prince Oliver III's Arnor, sat rather comfortably in the ambassador's office in Grensel's Erebonian embassy. His work in the country not quite settled. I can't believe that my deepest apologies for not noticing that you were His Highness Prince Oliver sooner. Bit of water. Make sure you guys stay hydrated too. Oh, I'm not surprised you never realized. I may be a prince, but my mother was a commoner. What point is there in bothering to remember my face? It's not as though I often showed myself in the palace or attended high society gathering. Hey Fluffy, glad you could join me. I hope you're doing good. Are you recovered from your, was it Saturday or Friday? I don't remember. When you did your stream with Skater. Did you recover? You guys were going at it pretty bad. You're good? That's good to hear. So when's the next one? It's not as though I often shown myself in the palace or at an High Society gathering. Yeah, I made a Flan trio. I played around with VTube Studio yesterday, so I made some stuff. I'm still really new to this, so I'm learning how everything works, but next up is gonna be Mix It Up. I've played around with reverb, I've played around with everything, so now next week should be the karaoke stream, because I'm finally ready with reverb. I've fixed the audio delay thanks to Skater, he helped me with that. And now I just need to do a set list and sing at this point. I'm not a good singer, I don't like my voice, but I've heard it's good enough and we're gonna see how it goes. So I've got some set lists ready, I've got some fun song, I've got some meme song, and I've got some French, some English, and some mix of both. Yeah, as long as I have fun, and as long as people enjoy them. But yeah, I hope your day's going well. Like, we're doing some side questing in this game right now. We didn't progress any main storyline, but we're getting some backstories on people. Knowing me certainly isn't going to help you in moving up the rank, my friend. There's no need to be so humble, Your Highness. Besides, I'm actually rather grateful to you, Ambassador. You gave me all kinds of useful advice during my stay here at the embassy that I'm sure will be for my benefit in the future. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Yeah, greatly appreciated. I hope your day goes well. Well-meant words such as act like a man of the Empire for once in your life and stop idling here, go home and try doing some damn work. Thanks for the lurk. Have fun. I always appreciate lurker. I'm a lurker in a lot of chats. Like, usually I'm gonna lurk, do some stuff, work on stream, play some game with people. I'm not there all the time, but I'm gonna try to lurk as much as I can to support people. So I always appreciate lurker. Your Highness, Your Highness, I think you've tormented him enough for one day. The ambassador behaved in the same way any other sane man would in his position. You're the base train conductor. If anything, I'd say he has every right to be angry at us for keeping the truth from him for so long. But, Mueller, I suppose you're right. I'll spare him any more teasing for now. I actually wasn't joking about being grateful to you, though. You three have done admirable work over the past month. I have? I'm wondering, I'm just curious, will they change you? No, they don't! No! Only myself turned pink. Oh, there's an imposter among us. Acting as a pipeline with the Empire, checking with the safety of Erebonians resident in Liberal, helping the international liner service to resume, and those are only the tip of the iceberg. You've done so much more. You have my deepest thanks as a prince of the Empire. I'm not worthy of such praise, Your Highness. You, however, deserve the utmost for braving the danger you did flying up to the Liberal Arc. All of what happened seems to have caused quite a commotion in our homeland, so the people seem to be rather relieved now that they know the danger has passed. It's all thanks to your courage that they are able to rest easy. Oh, there's no point in flattering me, Ambassador. I just did what I could, nothing more, nothing less. And I couldn't have done anything alone. All I was able to accomplish was thanks to the help of those around me. I'm fairly removed from the stereotype of Erebonians as stern, strong, and self-sufficient, if I do say so myself. Haha, as rude as it may be to agree, perhaps you're correct. And yet I believe your willingness to be flexible most definitely help rather than hinder you here. I believe people like you are exactly what the Empire is going to need in the future. Regardless of how I feel about His Excellency, the Chancellor's approach... Ambassador? Well, this is a surprise. I was under the impression that you supported the Chancellor. Then again, you are a noble. Does that lead you to oppose his reformist policy, perhaps? I may be a noble on paper, but I'm only a baron. All in all, I generally fall in favor of his reformist policies. But be that as it may, While this may just be the result of being illiberal for so long and being influenced by the way of its people, I do sometimes find myself becoming frightened by his hardline approach. I can't help but wonder exactly what direction he's trying to take our old nations. Interesting. Your Highness? Oh, I was just thinking that I'm quite glad to have taken the chance to engage in such fruitful talk with you just before departing the country. I pray you will continue doing all you can to ensure the peace of Liberal and its surrounding nation will while I'm gone. Preferably in cooperation with Ambassador Cochrane. Yes, let's not forget her, I suppose. Still, it's true that since the non-aggression pact was signed, there's been some progress with regard to the Crossbell problem. And given that it was Liberal who proposed said pact, that makes my role in future negotiation very important indeed. By the way, for those that don't know, Crossbell is like the other region. There's the Erebonian Empire, that's those guys. This is the Cold Steel franchise. The Sky franchise is Liberal, and Crossbell is the Trails from Zero. We're gonna get there one day. We just need to play the game one by one. I presume that is what you are trying to say. Heh, you're a sharp one, my good man. Excellent. Now I can return to the capital with my mind at ease. Leave everything here to me, Your Highness. I will be looking forward to hearing what you achieve back in our homeland. This truly is a country like no other. I never thought that they would come when I would hear things like that from a noble of the Empire. Indeed, he's apparently somewhat less of an obstinate man than I thought he was. Perhaps this nation's very air has the power to genuinely change people. It seems to have had an effect on you too. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more smiles from you these days than I used to. I'm loath to admit it, but that may well be true. I still find myself wishing that you would learn from Liberalian's dignity and sense of restraint, however. Two qualities you don't particularly possess in any measure. In fact, you have far too much of their opposites. You say that, but these qualities are the only weapon that I have. I don't have much that will allow me to compete against the Chancellor. I need to use what little happens to be tucked in my corner as best I can. Have there been any change to our plans? None. We should be able to proceed as arranged. 3 days ago, the Chancellor left the capital on a tour of Eastern Erebonia. Tomorrow, you will be returning there abroad the Arsail, while he's still out in the east. All those who need to be made aware of our return have been given proper notice. Your arrival in Erebonia will make a real impact, and that I am certain. What potential obstruction to the plan are there at present? Nothing major. There have been movements in the intelligence divisions for subdivisions, but not much. There's a chance that everyone is being cautious because the R-sale is involved, but I'd put greater odds on the idea that everyone is just treating this as a pompous performance by you and not taking it seriously. Well, they'd be right to. It is. I have no choice but to start here, even if it means I have to use Liberal. And if I'm going to put on a show, why not put on the finest one the skies have ever seen? I suppose I can't argue with that. So yeah, this guy Oliver is acting like a fool most of the time, like he's a clown, he's a bard, everything. But he's got plans of his own, like he's not a dumbass. I'm sorry to trouble you at this late hour, Your Highness. A message has arrived for you from Aimdal. What would you have me do? Really? Alright, come in. Pardon me? Oh, pretty boy. Well, if it isn't Letcher, I was wondering where you'd been. I haven't seen you all day. I've been exceptionally busy with work since this morning, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to be able to come and see you earlier since you will be leaving tomorrow. I'm terribly sorry for not being able to. Oh, never mind that. If that work of yours is done now, We three could always enjoy some sensual quality time together for the remainder of the night. So, what was the message from the Capital Secretary? They've acknowledged receipt of His Highness' message. However, they didn't anticipate that you may be able to arrive all the way from Grandson in less than half a day. As such, they're currently in a minor panic trying to ensure everything's ready for the ceremony tomorrow. That doesn't come as a surprise. There's nothing like the R-Cell when it comes to speed at home. How cruel you both are, so deftly ignoring my proposal. Although it sounds as though the stage will be set in time. Now I need to decide on an outfit that would leave everyone's jaw on the floor to sweeten my arrival. Perhaps a glistening coat and white loincloth will do the trick. That'd make a grand impact, alright. I almost wish I could go along and see it myself. Please don't encourage him. You show remarkable promise for someone so young. What do you say for coming back on the R-Cell with me? I'd welcome your company. Your work here in Liberal is just about done as it is, isn't it? Your offer is certainly tempting, but I'm afraid I have another job to take care of soon. The thought is appreciated, of course. Really? Well, that is a shame. Good luck with that next job of yours. Thank you. Well, if you'll excuse me. So, that is Second Secretary Letcher Arundel. Is it safe to assume he's one of the Chancellors? Almost definitely yes. He came through Akengate on foot and took up his new position at the embassy a month ago. And right around the same time we headed to the Liberal Arc aboard the R-Cell at that. There's no way that could possibly be a coincidence. No, it couldn't. The most likely possibility seems to be that he's part of the Intelligence Division. Are you sure not doing anything regarding him all this time was a good idea? Oh, absolutely. We needed some way to find out what the Chancellor was up to after all. We'll probably get some kind of reaction from the Chancellor through his report at some point. Probably in about 2 weeks when the Chancellor's tour has finished. You'd planned that far ahead all along, have you? Well, in that case, I'll be sure that we're ready. I'll be counting on you, love. Oh? Something the matter? Not really, it's just that the moon has come out, and what a beautiful full moon it is. Is he gonna turn into a werewolf? Look at those pixels, so beautiful. It's strange to think that this will be the last time we'll see the moon from here. Truth be told, I'm going to miss it. Well, it looks like putting a smile on your face a little more often isn't the only thing Liberal's done for you. It's opened up your eyes to life's natural beauty as well. But in all seriousness, we'll just have to do all we can to be able to come back and see it again one day. While we're both still alive. Heh, indeed. Because I feel this backstory is setting up everything that's gonna happen in Trails of Cold Steel, probably. The next morning. Like, it's setting up the conflict in Erebonia, it's setting up who's probably gonna be the bad guy, being the Chancellor and all. It's setting up Oliver as the kind of support that we're gonna have, maybe. Your Majesty, Your Highness, I humbly thank you both for your generous hospitality during my stay in your fine kingdom. You are even gracious enough to honor my brazen request of escorting me back to Emdarl aboard the R-Cell. This debt I owe you will be repaid many times over in the future, rest assured of that. Haha. Oh, you needn't think of this as anything we went out of our way for. Escorting an honored state guest back home is a matter of course. Particularly a guest to whom we owe a great debt of gratitude. If you ever have the opportunity, please do come back to Liberal again in the future. I imagine Estelle and Joshua will be back by then too. So we'll be able to give you a nice warm welcome. I'm already excited for my next visit. Have they left the country yet, by the way? They're busy getting ready to leave over in Roland at the moment, I believe. I'm planning to see them off when the time comes. I see. Incidentally, while the ruins of Amel are currently sealed off, I'll do what I can on my end to ensure they are allowed inside. Could I trouble you to pass that along to them? Certainly. Thank you very much, Your Highness. Oh, think nothing of it. It's the least I could do after all they've done for me. I owe you a great deal to Cassius. If not for your assistance, stopping that armored division from crossing into Liberal wouldn't have been as simple as it was. I could say the same to you. Still, as I'm sure you are aware, that outcome will have been well within the realm of possibility for the Chancellor. I doubt he was even surprised by the incident. Really? Most likely not. Erebonia had nothing at all to gain from using that situation to occupy Liberal. Certainly not to the extent that it would be worth going out of their way to develop an inefficient steam tank. The only reason I can see for doing what he did was as a show of power to surrounding nation, a statement that even without orbital power, Erebonia's army could still act. I indeed suspect that was his true aim all along. Goodness, so you did know this. The orbital shutdown phenomenon was a complete unknown for the rest of the continent. Perhaps it might never occur again, but there's always a chance it might. Whether it's here or somewhere else entirely. I heard the Empire's only built a relatively small number of those tanks in all, too. Certainly not enough to launch a full-scale invasion. By the sound of it, they were just put together in Rainforest's factory using parts intended for standard orbital tank. But as it stands, the know-how to put together tanks like that only exists in the Empire. And in this unpredictable time, no other nation has the time and resources to try and develop extremely inefficient steam-powered weaponry. In a sense, because of what just happened, the Imperial Army's effect as a deterrent is even greater than ever. He's using war as a diplomatic tool, and very effectively at that. None of this had even occurred to me. I have a long way to go before I'm fit to be the ruler of this country. Don't bet yourself up too much about it. He's no ordinary foe to even the most ardent veterans. The Chancellor always seems to be thinking several steps ahead of the rest of the world. It's impressive, no matter what we may think of his actual ideas. Yeah, I'm quite the reckless fool to be trying to challenge him, if I do say so myself. Don't be silly, Your Highness. How you can say that with a smile on your face is utterly beyond me. You should focus on building yourself a strong foothold to begin with. I do hope you'd be grateful. No matter what may occur, be sure not to lose sight of exactly where you stand. Of course, Your Majesty. If I were to go and bring shame upon myself now, I'd be wasting all the effort involved in escorting me back home. I'd be sure to take what you have said to heart. Excuse me, Your Majesty? Where's the maid? Hilda? Whatever the matter? It's not often I see you so flustered. My apology, Your Majesty. It's just that a guest for you arrived all of a sudden at the castle. Ordinarily, I would not have rushed in while you were meeting with others, but the visitor is so irregular that I thought you should know at once. Irregular? How so? It sounds like about time I take my leave then. Actually, the visitor said he would like to greet you as well, and not just Her Majesty. Is it the Chancellor? What? Hilda, just who is this visitor? Well, he introduced himself as Chancellor Gilead Osborne of the Erebonian Empire. I knew it. Like they said, he's always several steps ahead. I still don't know if this guy's a bad guy or not. It's an honor to be granted a personal audience. I am Gilead Osborne, representative of the Imperial government. We're probably gonna see a lot of this guy in Cold Steel once we get there. My apologies for the abrupt intrusion. So you are Chancellor Osborne. And it's a pleasure to see you again as well, Your Highness. It's been a year since we last met, has it not? I hope these passing months have seen you well. Yes, a year sounds about right. Still, while I hope you'll forgive me for asking, just what did prompt someone of your stature to appear at the castle without warning? I'd very much like to hear your side of the story. My apologies, Your Highness. You see, these past few days, I've been touring Eastern Erobonia on routine inspections. It's been going very smoothly, so more so than I had initially anticipated. I had enough free time in my schedule to pay a cordial visit. Oh my, is that so? Naturally, I would have preferred to come here while the crisis was still unfolding like you yourself did, Your Highness. Unfortunately, the confusion in southern Erobonia was simply too pressing a matter, and I had no choice but to deal with that first. This was the first chance that presented itself to come here and meet directly with Her Majesty, so I acted with the utmost expediency. Like, he looks so much like a villain. Like, his look, his eyes, his like corner smile and all. He looks so evil. Hey, Kit Kat, glad you could join me. I hope your day's going well. I hope you're forgiving my lack of proper decorum in failing to give advance notice of my arrival. That does make sense, at least. Regardless, please don't concern yourself with me. No doubt you wish to offer your greeting to Her Majesty. Little water check, chat. Make sure to stay hydrated and all. My thanks, Your Highness. Well then, allow me to extend my most heartfelt greeting to both of you, Queen Alicia and Princess Claudia. It's abundantly clear that the crisis that unfolded here has been quite the ordeal for yourself and for your nation's people. You have my deepest sympathies for the hardship you have endured, as well as my commendation for bringing the situation under control. I thank you for your kind word, Your Excellency. If anything, we should be apologizing to you for the fact that the southern side of your nation was caught up in what should have been our problem. We should be the one going to you rather than having you trouble yourself to come all the way to Libel. I beg you to accept our apology together with my deepest thanks for coming here today. It's like so political talk, like none of what they say are meaning anything. It's just like formalities. I would never ask for apologies. I've heard what happened was the work of a shadowy organization stirring up trouble within your borders. What I meant well by sending a military force to aid you, sure. I wouldn't have done something so careless had I known the truth of the matter. My actions were rash, foolish even, and I was rightfully reprimanded by His Imperial Majesty for them. Oh my. Fortunately, His Highness the Prince was able to act with all due haste to put right my misstep before even greater harm was done. I owe you a great debt of gratitude for that, Your Highness, and congratulations besides for your part in bringing an end to the crisis. Oh, I did nothing out of the ordinary. I had a lot of help from Her Majesty, Her Highness, and Brigadier General Bright here too. Bright, you say? It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Excellency. I'm Cassius Bright, a Brigadier General in the Liberalian Royal Army. Ha, the pleasure is all mine, I assure you. My name is rather well known even in the Empire. Not as much as yours is known in Libel, I would imagine. It's an honor to be able to speak with you in person. It's certainly a surprise to be able to, though. Coming here on a whim can't have been easy for a man as busy as yourself. It sounds as though I may have underestimated just how capable you truly are. Not at all. I was greatly impressed to see the Royal Army's effectiveness in dealing with the tumult here. Your forces have proven powerful yet flexible, capable of dealing with emergency ably and decisively. I might go so far as to say it embodies an ideal that the Empire Army, with its Solan rank, could never hope to realize. You flatter us, Your Majesty. For your part, I hear you are responsible for the establishment of the Imperial's army-famed intelligence division. Our army is in desperate need of a new one of its own, so I find myself quite envious. It almost sounds as though the two of us each want what the other has. So it does. May I ask, Your Excellency, what will you be doing now? For my part, I'm intending to leave Liberal today, so I'm afraid I won't be around much longer. Yes, so I've been told. I believe you're intending to make your grand arrival in Heimdall, aboard the famous Arcel. I'm impressed you're already aware. I almost wish I could return to Urbonia on board it alongside you, but alas, I'm afraid I have other businesses demanding my attention after I'm finished here. I'll be leaving Libel separately this afternoon. That is a shame. I would very much have liked to invite you to this evening's banquet. Please, you need not go to such troubles on my account. I feel as though I've put you out enough showing up unannounced as I did, to say nothing of dining with such esteemed company. Still, I do have some time before the airship I'll be leaving on is due to depart. That being the case, might I ask for a little of your time, Your Highness? I have a few things I'd like to discuss with you personally. Heh. How is Oliver gonna get himself out of this? Very well. I have some matter I would actually like to discuss personally with you as well. What a fortuitous coincidence. Allow me to have a room arranged for the two of you to have your discussion then. Hilda, if you would? Certainly, Your Majesty. I feel this backstory was really important. To set things up and everything. Like, so much happened. And nothing happened at the same time. Ah, it's obvious that Her Majesty is quite the tea fancier. If this blend is anything to go by, the fragrance, the temperature, the taste, I'd be hard pressed to find fault with any of it. I've always been more of a coffee man myself, but I have no doubt that I'd be content with a cup of this at my desk each morning. As much as I agree with you, I don't believe we're here to talk about beverage. So, shall we get right to the point? What do you want to discuss with me? I see your sojourns in Liberal has proven most fruitful. Pardon? When we last spoke, you struck me as a bright, flexible young man, and no doubt you still are, but now I see you a resilient inner strength girding those aspects. I'm sure His Majesty will be most delighted with your personal development. Heh, meanwhile, I see you're the same fearless man I've always known you to be. More so even, the crushing aura about you seems to have only grown with time. It's as if you feed on the resentment of those who live in the territories you annex. Haha, such harsh words, Your Highness. Personally, I prefer the term political unification. Annex can carry such negative connotation, you know. Yeah, definitely a villain. Since the end of the 100 Days War, our army hasn't committed a single act of aggression. All our unification have been entirely peaceful. Oh, you're quite right about that. On the surface. Oh? It's amazing how similar the annexion process is every single time it happens. It starts with a small nation or a dependent state with an array of problems beyond repairs. Those problems start to worsen, after which Jaeger and other dangerous elements enter, plunging public order to an all-time low. Desperate for a solution, the local government requests the help of the Imperial Army. Before they know it, they're part of the Empire. Kind of similar to some stuff that happens somewhere in the history and all. Well, it's not as though I can deny what you're saying. Each instant does share certain commonalities. Still, it's to be expected, an inevitable consequence of the age of unchecked growth and progress in which we live. The Imperial Army is simply acting in the Imperial Empire's best interests, helping to stabilize our neighbors for the good of the Empire. And it's understandable that they would. I do find myself rather curious why intelligence division members are going to such nation with such peculiar frequency. Well, before the problem I described worsened no less. Haha, I won't press as to where you came by such information, as curious as I am. But I will say this, at its most basic level, these actions are about risk management. It's because we've been acting to minimize such risks before and that the army has been able to successfully quell each problem in turn. With the small price of earning the disdain of the people in those nations and an increased risk of terrorism in exchange. To tell you the truth, I'm rather astounded that you had the courage to come here in Liberal all on your own to begin with. After all, you've made yourself the biggest target for terrorists in all of Erebonia. Your concern is touching, Your Highness. I would ask that you not trouble yourself with my safety. I employ some very skilled subordinate tasks, primarily with eliminating the risk of terrorist attack against me. Really now? That lecturer is one of those, I assume. A rather peculiar fellow, isn't he? But a very useful one at that. Working out the scheduling for those trips and taking all the necessary precaution to ward off terrorist threats were both his doing. And thanks to his commendable effort, I can depart from Crossbell free from worries as soon as I finish my business here. Crossbell? Are you surprised? I'll be participating in top secret discussion with a representative of the Crossbell government. Recently, a large amount of funding has been flowing in the country through Republican channels, putting our allies on the defensive. I'd always meant to visit at some point, and this seemed the perfect opportunity. Are you out of your mind? Crossbell is full of enemies and different factions at each other's throat. I heard it's now even a hotbed for terrorist and criminal organization because of its position as a buffer state. Hey Ramen, glad you could join me. I hope your day's going well. Does that really sound like a place the Erebonian chancellors should be going even on an unofficial visit? I'm surprised to hear you're advocating caution in the face of potential danger, Your Highness. After all, it was you who flew onto an ancient city at great risk to your own safety and returned unarmed after surveying it. Compared to such rousing risk-taking, my visit to Crossbell will be child's play. You're doing good, thanks for asking. Just doing some homework for school and just procrastinating. I'm doing really good today. I feel great, finally beating a bit of the daylight saving and all. What's the homework about? As I'm sure you're aware, you're regarded as something of a hero back in Erebonia now. To see a hero make a grand return befitting his newly minted legend, and abroad the famous Arcel no less. Computer science homework. Ooh, is it programming or something? Naturally, our hero has taken the time to ensure that every well-known newspaper and magazine are aware of his homecoming too. Oh, what language are you studying? Is it Python? Is it C++? C# maybe? Some Java? I've learned a bit of programming. It's been a while since I've done any, so I'm not the best anymore. I want to start doing more Java at this current moment. I've never learned Java. I've learned some Python, but it's been ages. I've learned some C++, some C. I've done some MATLAB because electrical engineering class love MATLAB for some reason. Python is really easy to learn, to be honest. It's probably the easiest, I feel. There's a lot of stuff online and everything, but I just haven't touched it in years. I'm a firmware developer most of the time. If I program, I'm gonna program a microcontroller and all, so it's mostly C for me. Well, I have no doubt that your triumphant arrival will be every bit as glorious as it has played out in your imaginings, Your Highness. Do be sure to capitalize on this chance as best as you can to build yourself a firm foothold. I expect great things from you, after all. Are you like studying to be, I'm guessing, a computer, maybe a software engineer or something? What are you studying into? Do you have a field that you prefer? Some programming that you like more? Because I know there's front-end programming, there's back-end, there's hardware programming, there's a lot of stuff, so there's a lot of options for you, and it's not the work missing. Like, you're gonna have works at the end of the day, that's for sure. And a good paying one. Scree! Hey, buddy. You haven't changed a bit, huh? Scree! Really? Sounds like a ton's happened, huh? But it's nice to see you and your master are doing alright. Wait, that's the student council president. Scree! Ledger? Yeah, it is. That's the guy that used to sleep in the backstory of this girl. Well, well, good day to you, Your Highness. I pray I'm not causing any trouble by taking a tour of the castle like this. The view from this terrace certainly is beautiful, isn't it? What happened to you, Ledger? How did you end up working for Chancellor Osborne? You didn't do all the doors. I'm trying to complete some of those. You're almost done with Cold Steel. Let's go. Like, I'm slowly making them. Today was only doors. I'm probably gonna end on this one because it's already been 3 hours and all. But I've done, I think, 4 star doors today. So a lot of backstory. And this one seems to be the most important one. Like, it's the story of Olivert and the Chancellor. We finally meet the Chancellor. We've heard about him, but never met him. I'm guessing the Chancellor is gonna play a big part in Cold Steel. So this one seems to set everything up for Cold Steel. Are you parents mistaking me for someone else? Your name is Ledger Arundel. You are the student council president at Genesee Royal Academy, which you attended before leaving suddenly 2 years ago. So no, I am not mistaking you for someone else. Ah, but that's where you're wrong, because my name is actually Terrarundel. I haven't played Cold Steel yet. I want to go with them in the release order. So I've played all the Skies. This is the third one, so I'm finishing Skies. Then I'm gonna start Cold Steel, and then I'm gonna go to Zero, I think. There's Tales from Azure that came out not long ago, and there's Trails from Reverie that's coming out soon. So I'm trying to go through them in order to get the story how it was intended to be watched. I can certainly see how our names could become mixed up, however, they are scarcely close. Still, now you know, please just call me Lech. You're playing Cold Steel 1 and 2 first, going into the Crossbell game. Yeah, because I know Crossbell and Cold Steel both like spoil some stuff of the other one. So I know Cold Steel came before Crossbell, so I'm gonna play Cold Steel before Crossbell because I don't want to spoil Cold Steel with Crossbell, but the other one doesn't matter that much because it came out afterward. Don't try to joke around with me, Letcher. Do you have any idea how worried all of us were when you just disappeared without a word? You submitted your notice to leave the academy and then we were never seen again. Even the otherwise calm Leo let out a cry of anger when he found out. 1 sec. And all Lucy could do was give a sad smile and say, "This is just like him," the whole time with tears in her eyes. Jill and Anne's were heartbroken, and so was I. Yet after all that, after all this time, you finally show yourself, knowing full well that I'm here, and this is how you act? By pretending you're someone else? Haha. Letcher? Sorry, no need to be for the scary glare. You're still taking things way too seriously. Looks like it will take more than stepping up as Crown Prince to change that part of you. Oh, but you know, seeing you make me feel kinda relieved. I always figured if someone like you became Crown Princess, you'd have virtually no freedom to do anything other than work. But from all that's reached my ears, it sounds like you're actually doing alright for yourself. And you even made some great new friends after I left the academy, didn't you? Nice. I sure did. Nonetheless, it's thanks to you that I was able to change that all. You are the one who gave me the first push in the right direction. I never got a chance to thank you properly after you left, but all this time, I've always been grateful to you. Well, consider me honored. Do I get a kiss in return? You do not. I may feel respect towards you, but nothing romantic. Ah, that's a bummer. There was me, all taken in by how pretty you'd become, wondering if this could be the start of something downright magical. And what happens instead? My dream of romance and sweet smooches are crushed to nothing before they can even begin. I know you don't mean a word of that, you know. You're looking very sharp yourself, though. It's surprising to see. Every time I've seen you before today, it was in that heavily frayed uniform worn in the most sloppy way imaginable. I think you'll find I was merely making fashion statement. That wasn't laziness or sloppishness. Every part of it was carefully calculated and considered to have maximum effect. The scary thing is, I actually believe you. You always seem as if you cared for nothing but having fun and causing trouble, yet when it came down to it, you are wise beyond your years. And I've finally seen part of the reason behind that today. I'll ask you again, Letcher. How did you end up working for Chancellor Osborne like this? Just what happened to you between you submitting your notice to live in the academy and now? Are we gonna see that? It's such a long backstory. Do you now? I have to admit, I never imagined that would be the case. On the contrary, I was expecting you to tell me to back off. Oh, I just forbid. What reason would I have to suggest such a thing? After all, at the end of the day, our positions are functionally the same. I'm not sure I understand. Do you not think so? Personally, I find it difficult to believe that you would not harbor some hatred toward Erebonia as it is today. A great empire clinging to the glories of a bygone era, ruled by the nobility and shackled by meaningless convention. Am I wrong? People call me the Blood and Iron Chancellor as though I hold the old Erebonia in the palm of my hand, but in reality, my position is far more tenuous. I have supporters and allies in the capital, certainly, but outside this wall, the nobility holds far more sway than any of them. And while it is true I hold a great amount of power in the form of the Imperial Army, even then, I only truly command around 70% of it. The remainder is loyal to the nobility, who also maintain their own private armies. With those factored in, my advantage shrinks substantially. So you see, I'm still very much in the midst of a battle to truly exert control. Which is why you're building railway all over the country to expand your area of influence, and you've been annexing new territory to that same end. As I've long thought, you clearly understand me better than anyone else. This is why I'll say this once again. Work with me, Your Highness. With your support, our nation would be able to bring about real reform faster than ever. The noble faction, bloated with its century of decadence, can be stopped before they even have the chance to unify against us. Surely that's what you desire more than anything. Let me just ask a simple question, Chancellor. What connection do you have with Ouroboros? I'm afraid I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I will say this, however. I'm a firm believer in using every resources at my disposal in the name of achieving reform. So he basically said he's part of it. That's the way I believe in handling politics. I see, well, it certainly does seem as though we would see eye to eye in many ways. And that's all the more reason why I'm afraid I must refuse your offer. Like, this guy just screamed evil guy, the Chancellor. Is that so? Yeah, I find it difficult to like the rotten noble faction that exists in the Empire. Or perhaps you're right that hate is the more appropriate word, but my feeling of fear toward your methods are far greater than my feeling of hatred toward the nobles. What you seem to be doing is trying to compel Erebonians with a delusive utopia, to whip them into an enthusiastic frenzy. No doubt by successfully convincing the people, the old guard will fall into a metaphorical firestorm created, and yet by then, the gears will have already begun turning. There will be no satisfying aroused populace, and with a thirst of revolution, the storm will just keep growing larger and more ravenous, engulfing anything and everything in its wake. You know this, don't you, Chancellor? But of course, after all, that's what I intend to happen. It's the first stage of my reform. I'd be more than happy to share further detail with you if you were to decide to work with me, Your Highness. In the meantime, I wish you well in strengthening your foothold back in the Empire. Of course, if that's your intention, you'll find it a necessity to work with those noble you so despise. You truly do see through everything, don't you? Well, that sounds like the noon bell. The airship should be arriving shortly. Do do do. Which means it's time for me to take my leave, I'm afraid. I look forward to seeing you again in the capital in 2 weeks' time. Do 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 do. It's such a long backstory. There's so much happening. I take it the discussion is over then? What's wrong? You look awfully tired. Oh, nothing. I'm just feeling odd and you at what a monster I decided to pick a fight with. Doo 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 doo. Oopsie. I think it's probably about time for the airship to arrive. I'm gonna have to stop you there and get going. What? See ya, Sieg. Next time I see you, I'll bring you some herbonium salami as a souvenir, okay? Scree! But wait, are you planning to just disappear without telling me anything a second time? I feel this guy's gonna be important in Cold Steel. Oh, got an important question for you. Did you fall in love with someone while I was away? Huh? Hit the nail on the head, huh? Aw, that's so cute. First love, right? How's that feel? Earth all aflutter 1 minute, end of the world the next. Don't you dare start teasing me. But you're right though, I did. You rejected me in this very spot not that long ago. Wait, you're joking, right? There's a coincidence I didn't see coming. I'm not sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. It feels like you know everything sometimes. Heh, I'm not some kind of all-knowing, all-seeing divinity. That's what makes the world so interesting to me. Oh? Aww. Oh, I'm happy for you, Chloe. Knowing the pain of lost love, what makes a girl blossom, in my humble opinion. Do you feel like the old experience lets you get a step closer to the person you want to be? Well, what about you? Do you feel you're getting closer to becoming the person you want to be? By being at the Chancellor's side. Kinda hard to do that when I don't have a person I want to be to begin with. I'm just sticking with him because it feels like it'd be fun, that's all. I've been doing it since before I joined the academy, in fact. You have? The prince is proving surprisingly capable, but he still isn't a match for the Chancellor. Tell him to watch his back, alright? So that he doesn't get swallowed up by that monster after he gets tired of dancing. Doo doo doo. Goodbye, Ledger. And doo-doo. Thank you all for waiting. The Calabria International Airliner, bound for the Principality of Remiferia, will be departing momentarily. Please mind your footing when boarding. Do 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 do. So that was the Blood and Iron Chancellor. I can't believe he actually went out of his way to use a civilian airship when he probably has a private one on his own. I'd heard rumors about how out of the ordinary it is, but he lives up to all of them. He keeps me on my toes, to put it playfully enough. Him aside, thanks for coming all this way to see me off, chair. I was lucky I just happened to have business here at the right time. It feels like this is going to be the last chance we get to see one another for a while after all. Rather unfortunate, as my dream is, and always was, to live away my days in the lap of luxury, surrounded by a woman as beautiful as you. Ah, well, good luck with that. Changing the subject though. Who was the young man at the Chancellor's side? He didn't strike me as your ordinary guy. Oh, you could tell? But of course, I'd say I'm used to running into people who are out of the ordinary at this point. We've sure fought enough of them. His name is Letcher Arundel. He's a secretary who was sent here by the Imperial government. So there's gonna be an ad for those that are not sub. It's gonna be a 3-minute ad so people don't get pre-roll. So if you want to grab some snack, move around, drink some water, it's starting in 20 seconds, so feel free to do so, and we're gonna be right back afterward. Apparently he was the one who planned out all the detail of the Chancellor's visit to Liberal. I can't pretend to know much regarding his background, but he's exceptionally skilled at what he does. Actually, I know a little. What? Oh? Is that true? Hey Riri! Glad you could join me. Yes. Claudia explained that Letcher once attended the same academy as her and had served as a student council president. I hope your day's going good, Riri. Doo-doo-doo. She also mentioned about his student disappearance after the Academy's festival 2 years ago. Unbelievable that then someone connected to the Chancellor had visited the Bell first. Oh, you made pizza by hand completely? That's amazing. It's so hard to make, especially the like dough and all. I've heard it's so hard to make it like elastic and all. Send pics, please, if you have some. Then he's very likely to have had his own veritable information network established here long before I even came up with the idea. I think it's safe for us to assume that's the case, which also means that it's safe to assume he knows every detail about all that's happened here since. From the coup d'etat to the crisis regarding the Oriole, all of it. The dough is bought from Traveler's Joe. It was a fresh dough pre-made and ready to roll out, so I cheated here. Well, that's fine. Like, it's the artist part of everything, so as long as it's a good pizza. I don't know if you're still here because there's an ad, but if you're still here, what was the garniture you put on it? What did you use? I hope there's no pineapple on it. This man gets more unbelievable by the minute. He actually gave me a message to pass on to you earlier too. Watch your back so you don't get swallowed up by that monster when you get tired of dancing. He sure knows how to sting where it hurts, doesn't he? I feel like I can see a whole new world of pleasure opening up before my eyes. He should know better. Getting outdone at every turn like this is really not my style. You would post pic for sure? Let's go. I'm gonna get hungry watching them. What do you mean? And are you done now? Or are you still cooking the pizza? Like, do you have any other plans for tonight? Captain Schwartz, I have a little favor I'd like to ask for when we're in the air. This is such a long cutscene. So much happening. I think we've been in this cutscene for almost an hour now, or maybe even more. I'm rather impressed with how Prince Oliver has come along. No matter how you choose to act from here on, he will have his uses to be certain. You would say that given that you think of everything as your pawns. There's me, the prince, that society, indeed, and I am much the same. We are but pawns on the vast game board that is the Empire, where a trail like no other will take place. But it's because you two wish to see how that game plays out that you've chosen to stand with me, is it not? Well, hey, what can I say? Just don't forget that this piece right here might not be loyal forever. And such a betrayal will be perfectly fine by me. Or did you honestly think I'd never consider the possibility it may happen? Just thought I'd come out and say it. How are the other Ironbloods doing, by the way? They're all doing very well, by the sound of it. At the rate things are going, there's a chance all of the prince's effort will be for naught. Perhaps I ought to hold back on him a little. You sure don't pull any punches, do you? Hey, Mango! Glad you could join me. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, what was... I think you were stuck in ads L when I said it, but what's the garniture for the pizza? Like, what did you put on it? You know something? I wouldn't write him off so easily if I were in your shoes. What? Oh, he's following with the RCL. What? Heh. Oh, that's so BM. These looks like rose petal. If you look out the window on the right hand side of the airship, you'll be able to see the famous high-speed cruiser. We've been informed that this is on its way to the Imperial capital with Prince Oliver and the airborne Emperor on board. But he has also given us a message related to the passenger on board. I give thanks to Idios for the good fortune to have been able to meet you. May your journey be filled with beautiful roses and our blessings. And of course, may your journey to your homes be a safe and pleasant one. That marks the end of the message. Just a little taunt. Like, I feel this whole conflict is gonna really escalate in Cold Steel. Like, this is not the place for Trails in the Sky, because this is an Erebonian conflict, and Trails in the Sky takes place in Liberl, and Cold Steel is all about Erebonian and all, so this is like a setup for the next game. I never thought there was a bigger dumbass in this world than me, and yet here we are. The evil laugh. Very well, debaucherous prince. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Show me how long you can hold out against me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like the whole plot of the Cold Steel story. Return to the Empire finish. So this was really impactful of a backstory. This was an amazing one. So now, what's the ornament we just got? Let's see. It's Divine Eye. Can I only... Okay, it's here. Scent, Eagle Eye, Information, Septium Vein, and Luck. Technically, the Crossbell games are next as Cold Steel and 1 and 2 and Trails from Zero and Road to Azure happens concurrently. Oh, because I know Zero happens at the same time as Cold Steel. I don't know if Azure happened before, so I might go into Azure. So I might have to go to the Crossbell first before going to the other one. So I could remove information for this because it gives information anyway. So just a better one. And on that note, it's been 3.5 hours. We've done a lot of progress today. We did this. We didn't beat Richard. I don't know if I'm gonna go to beat it. It's just to get the bonus. Maybe not. We still have this to do, which is 100 battles. So we could do the star 2 next time. We got star 9. We did 5, 6, 7, and 8. All those gates today. In the moon door, we only have 1 still to do. On the sun doors, we've got 2 of them to do. So we're moving along, and on the chapter, I think there's only 7 chapters to this game. So we're getting close to the end. Like if we look at the star door, we're missing 2 of those. The moon door, we're missing none of those. And the sun door, we're missing 1 of those. So we're getting really close to the end. So once we're done with this one, we're gonna move on to maybe at this point, I think Mega Man might be out at this point. So I might like veer off a bit from Trails just to play a bit of Mega Man Battle Network. I need to get a capture card by that time. And after that, there's gonna be I know next week, I think I want to try to play Diablo 4. There's the open beta and all. I'm gonna try and see what did I need to do to get in. And maybe we're gonna try this next Sunday. Other than that, I think that's gonna be all for today. Next time I'm gonna stream is gonna be tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST with some Dead Cells again. I really want to try and go for the 3 bus cell if I can. And maybe get to Dracula at one point. So on that note, if they're still streaming, I think I'm gonna send you to them. Yeah, they're still streaming. Maple is having a big tourney right now. It's her birthday too, and she just did a 1-year anniversary yesterday. So I think I'm gonna send you to them. I'm gonna try and do a custom message. Just like that. So this is gonna be for the sub, and for the non-sub, it's gonna be the same one but with the num num instead. So here, let's just look to make sure I've got it right. So on that note, I'm gonna start the raid and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow with some Dead Cells again. So Maple CH. Just like that. Go give her some love. She's amazing. She's a Canadian like me, so make sure that you give her some love. She's playing some Edison format with some people. It's a fun time and all, so hope you guys enjoy, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Bye bye. Oh yeah, before I forget to, next week I'm gonna try to get the karaoke stream. Maybe Saturday, maybe Friday. I'm gonna see how it goes, so keep watch on the Twitter, and I'm gonna post on the schedule whenever I do it. And on Friday I'm gonna be on No2 stream for his 12-hour stream for some TFT, so keep watch on the Twitter and you're gonna know whenever I'm go live next week. But for sure I'm gonna be live at 7 p.m. EST on Monday. So bye bye.